bass. Switching. Hello, welcome in everyone. We are back with round 5. Amon is playing black against buddy Neil Donkajas. I always suck at saying names. Yep. He will be joining us. There's just no cam due to privacy reasons. Can't hear Seth? Oh, let me fix that. I must have. Now you'll be able to hear Seth. I misclicked the unmute you. I went to click it though. Now they'll be able to hear you.
There we go. Okay, yeah. So I was just saying that there's no camera today for the game, as Corey was saying. So we'll just have to respect that, and yeah. So should be good. I think
Very
we're gonna get a
excited to
win
have
today.
you. I do too.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna get a win today, or at least there's gonna be like chances to play for a win as
Yeah.
black. His opponent's like pretty young, so there's definitely should be opportunity for a game. I doubt we're gonna get a quick draw. So
And as well, if Amon can get to the end game versus a young player, he'll probably be a little happier.
true. I might look this guy up real quick because
Yeah, feel free to.
I wonder what he plays. My camera looks super blurry though.
It does. I know. I'm sorry. You can try turning it
fine. I
off and
don't
turn
really
it back
care.
on. It's okay. Or if you want to like mess with it, feel free to. We're still setting up, so. That's a little better.
Sweet. I feel like in this tournament, like I haven't followed super closely, but it seems like Amon's sort of gotten lucky and unlucky at the same time. Like
I would say yes, he's gotten unlucky that the people he's playing against have like given him games. They haven't been easy, and he's known this, but he's also gotten
Yes.
lucky. They've played these super great games, and then in the positions that like they're now winning, they just like make weird moves. Like we had h6 in the Manly game, and then
yeah,
h3.
the Manly game, I was really surprised that wasn't a win. It looked so winning. Like I remember checking it at one point.
Yeah, he was
And I
definitely.
was like, oh, it's basically over. Like he's just gonna resign. And then I came back an hour later and I saw it was a draw. I was a little
Yeah.
surprised, but
And
it looks
then
like he fought back pretty well.
yesterday's game, I do agree with Amon. After he took the knight, yeah, that position's pretty easy to lose slash hold slash draw. It's not like for him.
Well,
I mean, it was a pretty easy position where only Amon wouldn't make a mistake. Only the beginner would. So he just took the draw and kind of moved out of the position. But it was definitely taking the safe draw.
Well, it looked like his opponent took a safe draw.
Yeah,
But his opponent was much better there. Like he was just up a pawn.
he was just up a pawn in an
Yeah.
end game. I mean, it's an
But
end
it is
game,
opposite colors.
But still, there's a lot of play here. Because the king's not even, castled, still in the center. I pulled up the game quickly.
Honestly, the king will probably just go to e3 here. And white can probably hold by just playing h4 and rook g5 or something. But I don't know.
Yeah, there definitely is enough. They're in an open position where, let's say, you just like give black
Yeah, you can do this.
a couple moves. That's a bad move, just for shits and giggles. This is something scary, and if you can get if you had time to get the bishop over there, because you would hit a tempo on the rook now. There's definitely some.
I mean, there's no way white can ever win this because there's no way to like, there's no pawn breaks or anything.
Yeah.
You kind of just have to wait for black to do something, but yeah, I mean it's a pretty good like draw that his opponent didn't make him suffer for like a couple hours.
That's very true.
That's definitely a win from that position, I would say.
Oh yeah, it was really funny because Mandarin Monkey was complaining like, "Oh, I have to commentate this boring ass draw for another hour," and I was just like, "Hey, they just accepted for a draw."
Yeah, I mean I would probably accept a draw there if I was black if I was playing a grandmaster,
Yeah, I would too.
because I would probably find a way to lose that somehow. Like even though it's an unlosable position.
Yep, yep. You find a way. You find a way.
Yes. Do you know? So his opponent's rating is 21-28 FIDE, which is pretty solid. So I imagine
That might
he's
be his highest, 21, 28. That's
yeah.
his highest rated FIDE opponent. Yeah,
So
and
that's
this guy
gonna
is
be like
also,
plus 2 or 3 if he wins, which is pretty solid.
that is nice. He's gonna, alrighty. We do have the Evo ball earned today. I know how much chat loves it, but we'll, no lines, just the bar. Just so that when people come in, they can see, oh, Mon's equal or Mon's slightly better. And then, gonna move out. So how do you feel about it?
About the eval bar?
Yep.
I don't know. It doesn't
Doesn't
matter
bother
to
you?
me all that
Okay.
much. No,
Well,
not at
keep
all.
in mind, Kurtz was like, I had it on, and he's like, turn this shit off. I'm leaving, pretty much. Kurtz was very
Yeah, I mean, as
against
long
it.
as we're not just reading like engine
Yeah,
evals
yeah.
and then like pretending like we came up with the moose.
It was very
It's
clear when I
fine.
was using one, and I wasn't. I thought it was
Just
force mate.
it gives like a 12 move variation. And yeah, white's winning here.
Yeah, white's slightly better.
Obviously.
It says point 2.
No, I evaluate this as point. Yeah. Cover yourself. Cover your tracks with the engine.
Exactly. Mon's game still hasn't been posted, and since there's no footage, I could test if yeah. I assume he's sitting at the board. I'm gonna pull up the Canadian website that comes up in events, and they have their own EGT board set up.
Oh, they do. Okay.
I'll have to type events. Mon is black. Come on.
It looks like his opponent is an E4 player, by the way.
E4,
They
so
get a
we'll
pretty
probably. Oh,
E4.
games are up. So, yep, as I expected, E4, then the Sicilian. It's just straight away. Or Amon anyway.
So, alright.
Yep, E6. I like that Amon is going a little quicker. If he knew.
We should be playing the Taimanov here.
Yep.
I know
Probably
Eric
D4.
likes to play the Khan, but I think Amon plays the Taimanov.
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna get a pretty interesting game here for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
C takes D is the move, then knight takes. And then Amon either plays knight B6 or queen C7. It's just a personal
knight
move
C6
order.
is the move.
Yeah, sometimes people go queen C7 to keep the option to take with the queen open so you don't damage your pawn structure. It's just like...
So in this position, it's definitely better for black to take. Like, white should never take on C6 in the Taimanov, pretty much.
Yeah.
I think there's only one line that I'm aware of where white takes on C6, but generally you're pretty happy as black because you get to move D5 in. So like, say I go knight C6 and you just take. Yeah, we're gonna get the move D5, and black should be equalized in these kind of positions.
Yep, that's exactly what I was saying to Amon yesterday. Normally in a Sicilian, if you think, oh, I got D5, I've equalized.
100%, yeah. Especially with like bishop B4 coming and all that, like queen B6, you're...
There are some lines here. I don't exactly remember them because this is a bit deeper. So we did get knight C6. I like that Amon's going to be a bit quicker.
So probably knight C3 here, like...
Yep, there's a couple lines. Knight C3, bishop coming out
we
here
have
is a
queen
line.
C7. We can also play knight F6 here and play the two knights. Like if I mean I've never seen him play the two knights, so Taimanov,
Probably there is still the A6, B5 idea, but you played a little bit later in the Taimanov.
Yeah. Bishop B4 is one of the main ideas if white doesn't do anything here. I'm trying to remember some of the lines because I used to play the open Sicilian as white.
I play the Sicilian as black, but I play the Khan, so it's kind of similar, but
yeah, the Khan's very similar. It's just a little more flexible than the Taimanov.
Yeah, like it's like the queen C2 7 move is a bit earlier. I hate playing against this line. I know it's not supposed to be like it's a Grand Prix attack-ish like setup. It's not supposed to be like the best. It's very annoying. Cause he's gonna go like
I think we should
bishop
be pretty
here,
happy though in this
castles.
position.
Amon probably knows how to deal with this better than I do, so yeah, he should be pretty happy. Because it's not supposed to
Well,
be the
f4 is
best.
f4 is very combative, so we're gonna get like a very sharp game either way, which is good for Black as a grandmaster playing down. Like at least he's not playing, for example, like into the curl con or something.
I guess, but at the same time, a short position,
It's
he's a little rusty. Might be a little nervous. So I assume B takes, but since you've already played A5, A6, you might think about queen takes.
No, I think B takes is the move. I couldn't really see
They're both played here,
queen
actually.
C. Really?
Yeah.
I guess it's just personal choice.
Yep.
I have no idea why you'd take with the queen.
Probably because you want to go for the B5 or B5 B4 plan.
Yeah. Interesting.
That's exactly what I was kind of thinking. Wild hacks. Amon's a little rusty. He's having trouble calculating. Probably doesn't want a sharp game. It'll be interesting though. So it looks like Amon might be going to his first think because there are two options here. He takes with the queen.
Yeah, PF. There's no Mon Cam today.
Maybe
The,
I'll add a cam exclamation point cam.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so Enter Monkey is saying putting the bishop on f4 and playing queen takes e6, play bishop e4, then e4. Yeah, that makes sense.
So put the bishop on f4, play quick b4, and then put some pressure here. There's also
b4. So,
when you go
yeah,
here,
I mean
you're
that's the main
threatening
idea, but
some annoying
bishop,
checks, so they probably
bishop
would have
you
to.
can take on c3 and queen e4 is a threat. So no, I see what you're saying.
Yes. So he meant b4.
I don't know. I just like it's pretty common to get caught up like as a Sicilian player with sort of actualizing your plans before you're done developing. So we need to throw the move knight f6 in and castles as quick as possible, in my opinion. Like I don't know the exact theory to this line, so bishop d3. I mean, I assume bishop b4.
Bishop b4, b5. Yeah, there's a lot of move orders here.
b5 is the main line.
The only move I wouldn't play is knight f6 because I wouldn't want to deal with e5 or tempo.
So it also looks like bishop c5 scores pretty well as black. I'm just looking at the database there.
Yeah, bishop.
It has a 44.
It does score very highly.
It actually scores better for black, which makes sense because it prevents castles.
Yep.
So I wonder what queen e2. Maybe?
Probably to go bishop e3.
I think then white would be castling queenside, which would be pretty interesting. Although then you don't. Okay, b5. Yeah, bishop. So probably bishop d2. I'm not 100% sure.
We just go like here and
bishop
f6. Okay.
Yeah, so there's no e5. So yeah, I don't know. Bro, I'm like 1800 over the board. Gore, you're like 1500 over the board? Or do you have a rating?
So most over the board I play at my college, so it's not like officially rated. But I'm playing like 1800 rapidchess.com people who like are playing IMs in the park and like they can drive over. And I'm getting some fun games. I'm winning some of them tactically, others I'm flagging, and then others ones my attack just doesn't work. So I will have stacked a piece and just be like, oh, I have nothing else. Okay, I resign. It's quite fun.
Yeah, I feel that. No, that's why we have the chat here. The chat's supposed to be here to tell us all the analysis, so we don't have to do anything. So is this a position or what's going on?
No, sorry, we were doing some analyzing and I'm
so
actually it is the position.
Queen c2. Or
Yep.
queen e2.
They're blitzing out some
Okay.
theory, so we're in
So
the
apparently
position.
they like know theory. Because they're still playing the main line, which is be interesting to see who deviates from the main line for sure.
It will.
And then we'll probably see a very long think from Amon
Yep.
once
His
that happens.
patented blitz think.
Yeah. I mean, like, generally, so what strong players will do is they'll follow the opening and they'll just kind of play down the line until they don't know it anymore, and they'll just sit and think for like half an hour once they're out of book.
Yep.
I've actually like I remember one of my coaches or someone in the past told me it's important to like make sure you take that time to think and understand the position before you just start like blitzing out like intuitive moves or whatever.
Yep. You want
And
to
for GMs
study
yeah.
study the position, kind of like take note. Oh, if he moves this, I might have this tactical sequence. Kind of just like you know what I mean? Like keeping and track on things in the position, like knowing that let's say he castles and then we castle along just for shits and giggles, and then he may plays a move like queen f2, noting that this, I know it doesn't exactly work because there's probably this, but noting that this diagonal is weak and then you would get this setup then.
Yeah.
By taking note of
I
things in
don't
the
like
position.
castling queenside though.
No, I
don't
was
think
literally
that's
just, I
ever-
was just like kept doing moves. Just
Oh,
to
I
like,
see.
give an example.
Okay. I like clicked back and I saw our king was in C8.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
wouldn't do that.
Okay. Bishop b7. Oh, okay. So Amon's the first one to sort of go out of book here. I don't think that's the main move because bishop c5 is probably the main move.
Yeah, to try to stop castling.
It's definitely.
But they're kind of still, if he plays bishop c5 now, they'll just like have switched the move order and they're still in the main position. So we can't transpose right back into it.
Right. Can I move my mic closer? Yeah, I can do that.
I feel like chat's trolling us. Somebody asked me to turn you down, then someone asked me to turn you up.
I turned my gain up a little bit. Maybe that's better.
Okay. Let us know how that is, and we can keep adjusting it.
Okay, as long as you can.
Yeah, I definitely
Is that
think it's
better?
good.
Okay,
It's better?
perfect.
Okay, perfect.
Turn him up. He's very quiet. I can turn my. Well, I can also do that. He doesn't have to do it.
No, I can
Just turn my gain up a little bit.
You want to test it out now? Just be like, hello, I'm Seth.
Oh, yeah.
I think it should be good now. On the, oh yeah, I can see it.
Okay, sweet. Some people are saying that's better. Um,
So maybe Amon's trying to remember the line. If it's bishop c5, bishop c4, or even just bishop e7. It gets,
yeah,
'cause I don't
I'd
exactly...
imagine he's gonna think for a bit here.
Yeah.
Probably at least like 10 to 15 minutes.
Because pretty much this is playable, this is playable. I assume this is even playable, although you don't really want to trade. Never. You can respond to those things on stream. We're here to commentate, but we got a lot of time to do it. There are clocks on stream. No, there are not. I do apologize for that. Where'd the clocks go? I will fix that. Oh, I see what happened. Nice. There's one.
Jesus. I'm looking at some of the other games right now. So some of them. This game. I've actually seen this idea before.
Do they get really sharp?
Yeah.
Are we about to have some fun?
Probably. I mean, I would assume that this game should be pretty interesting. Like, I would be very surprised, if it does end up in a draw.
Okay, good to know.
Don't let Kempsey see the eval bar.
Yeah, he would, it does bung it a bit. Like, had to re-drop them. It's okay though, I feel like the eval bar with nothing else isn't that bad. You just know if your move's a total blunder, and then you can find out why.
I mean, that's kind of a huge advantage. Could you imagine if had you had an eval bar
Well, exactly, but
and your
we're
opponent didn't?
true, but we're
Like it,
analyzing what I'm playing.
yeah, that's true.
I also
But
have
it
an
definitely
opening.
does provide like a lot more than you think.
I have an
Because
opening
like,
book.
oh, true. By the way, someone resubscribed for 36 months. I
Yeah,
guess we're
so what
supposed to
we'll
call
do
that out.
with well that we'll like call them out in a big spree. So like I'll also thank J.K. Phillips now for the 6 months. Thank you MK Core for the 36, and thank you Desox for the fresh Prime. He hadn't even chatted yet when he resubbed to Prime. So shout out to that. Thank you, buddy.
Impressive. Definitely a lurker.
Yeah. So we'll like shout it out in bunches.
Okay, cool. Sweet.
The picture of Amon is very funny. The exclamation point hobo.
Yeah,
Just
they're
for today.
just for the just for the day.
Sorry, I cut you off.
Oh no. I have a bit of a delay, so let's go on. I still think we're gonna get a win today, or somebody's gonna win today.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game. That's all that matters.
Tamonov's like, I've always felt like they're a very hard opening to face as white unless you're very prepared. Like it's one of those openings where if you apply just like normal chess Sicilian principles as white, you're not going to get a good position a lot of the time. Like there's some stuff you need to know that's like very unique to um these e6 Sicilians.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
obviously his opponent like does know all like, but
They're very sharp. Pretty much. Even like 15 moves down, you can be like down 3 pawns, and be like, well, now I have a checkmate threat, and that's pretty hard to stop.
yeah, it's
So
pretty common to sack your queenside pawns just to open up files and stuff.
yeah.
Come on, not on board one.
So he's
True.
technically on board one. He's on the board one of the event, but he's not the real board one is
He's
board
not the
two.
leader. I'm sure there's someone with 4 out of 5
There
out
was
of
one
5.
with 6, I think. I checked earlier.
Well,
And that would make
the
no
king.
sense. I would think it was then 4 out of
Isn't
5.
this round 5?
It was
So the
probably
top score.
4 out of 5. Keep in mind, I checked when I was waking
Well,
up.
Amon is
So
4 out of 5. So maybe he is top board. I think isn't Mark Baragua at 5 out of 5?
yes, that's what it was. It was 5 points. But it would have. This is the 5th game, or no, I think he's 4 out of 4. I don't exactly know. 5 players with 4 points.
This was a Sicilian Tamanov for people asking or just getting here.
Yep, we can go over the game quickly while we expect a because they did go quickly through the beginning. Because this is all theory. It's pretty well known.
Rook C8 was played, by the way.
Nice. It's pretty. I wonder if that's.
Baragua's 4. Oh yeah, sorry, 4 out of 4. I don't know why I keep saying 5 out of 5. There's only been 4 rounds.
Yeah, well, I was thinking there was 6, so. You added 1, I added 2. Yep.
Makes sense.
No board on the cam today. This Rook C8 move. It's been played before, but it's not the most popular.
I kind of like it. Amon's going for like a bit of a sideline, which is nice.
Yep, it's
So
very
that kind of
flexible.
means his opponent can't just play based on like his like chessable repertoire or something. Like he's gonna actually have to think pretty early on, which for the high rated player is a lot better.
Yeah.
It tends to be. So Mon thought for 6 minutes on Rook C8, which means that he's probably out of book now. So he's probably just kind of trying to logic his way through the position.
Hope Eddie.
Endgame Magician says Amon has played this. Yes. Which, and it makes sense that, like, you just want to double check that you're playing the right move and you're not blundering. Like,
Yep.
even for me, like, if I'm playing theory, I always just blunder check because I've heard one of the most dangerous things to do in chess is, like, play a move that, like, just blitz out moves that you think are prep.
Yeah.
And you could be like a move off or like a tempo off or something.
Exactly.
You can just get a losing position. So it's not good to just like rush through the opening even if you think you know it.
No, I've done that before where it's like, oh yeah, this is the move here, this is the move, then I can do this, and then I look at the position and it's just like, wait, I just lost. What am I doing?
Yeah, it turns out to be something that you didn't study.
But you thought you did. It's like you got
Yeah,
positions.
and that's very
because-
dangerous.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Are we developing our king side at some point? T streets.
A3. It's kind of
I
interesting.
mean, imagine knight of 6 is the move here.
Bishop
But
B7, knight f6. Yeah, they all see him. I think the problem with knight f6 is, I don't know, E5, I
have
don't love. I know I can go to
knight
knight.
d5, bishop e. Well, bishop e4,
I'm not
knight
gonna take.
c3.
Probably gonna go knight
Uh,
e4.
You want 94? I think just bishop e7 is fine though.
Yeah.
And then castles, white castles kingside, we castle. And then white would be playing for the move f5 at some point.
Yeah, so maybe even.
Before, I don't think so good yet.
I don't think it's good either, but I won't play
It opens up the diagonal too much. I think with the
Yeah.
bishop on b7.
We also always have this check. I don't know, I kind of really want to try it. How bad is it? It's awful. Sag.
Yeah.
I know it would be. If it wasn't game losing, I would do it, but just to force the pawns.
Right. I see the idea.
Yeah.
It's very rare that playing g4 in like a position where you're both castled kingside is really the way to approach the position.
Yeah, like if you're gonna play g4, you do it here before you castle.
Yeah.
Because this is playable. There's a lot of
you definitely need your rook on f1 to make this work, though, in my opinion. Rook on f.
Oh yeah.
Because you need to support the f5 break.
Well, it's kind of supported by the bishop because you can't. Because I could play f5. Let's say you do this. I can still kind of semi-force f5. I think.
I don't like this.
Well, you can't.
I don't think you would take it.
So what would you do? Because I don't want to allow f6.
I mean, bishop h4, then the knight comes to d6. I don't know if we probably do care about that, though. I think he would just go king d1 there. Or king f1 or something.
King d1, yes.
And then... I don't know. We'd probably be worried about knight d6 here.
Knight d6, pawn to f6. This looks really unfun to play.
I mean, it says that it's equal if black's slightly better, probably due to the fact that white's slightly overextended, but I don't really know how to...
There's a king on d1.
That's true. There's no way for black to get to that king on d1, so it doesn't really...
Yeah, this pawn's overprotected. This queen is doing a lot of...
At the same time, I don't understand these positions at all. I'm a rouser player, like I like to play the classical, and it has a totally different approach.
Yeah, so you're not trying to checkmate within like 5 moves.
So, Carter is saying... Some people are saying in chat that like that's happened to them, where you think you're trying to play like theory and you just run yourself into a lost position. Yes, I agree.
It's a very common occurrence.
Yeah. I know, that's why I try not to do chessable anymore, because I feel like chessable, like when I was doing it a lot, I always just rushed through the opening because I thought I was like remembering the lines that I learned instead of actually thinking about chess. And then my reading went up.
It's definitely like understanding the concepts behind things versus just understanding like, oh yeah, this move's played here. It's like that. Why do you want to play that move there? It's more important than just learning, oh yeah, this move's played.
Yeah, I mean, you can sort of logic your way through the opening too. You don't really have to know, like, unless it's a really forcing line.
Yeah, but like I can logic that a3 was to prevent b4 and then winning this pawn.
Yeah, it also like prevents bishop b4 in some lines, but definitely right. I don't know if b4 is an immediate threat here.
Well, I'm just winning a pawn.
This is. Well,
this is not just. Let's say I kill a tempo with white. I play h3 for no reason.
I was kind of wondering if here you have knight d5 after b4, but I don't know. Maybe not. You can't take.
I can't take.
Okay, black's better though. Like, what do we play?
Black is fine. You just like be like, oh, you have a stupid knight. I guess you go to target this. Because if you
That's
take
really an
then,
engine move.
yeah,
Five
f5.
here. It's the only way to have an advantage, or else you're sort of losing your b4 pawn. Very interesting.
But even f5, you can. I guess we're gonna take here, so it's more important.
Yeah. Well, f5 once you see it, it makes a lot of sense. But
Yeah.
I would never play f5 here, to be honest. Just the idea of like queen h5 and like queen h5 g6. I mean, okay, I guess that's fine. But okay, so what's the move though? If it's not knight d5.
Well, it's, you don't allow b4. b4 just would be too good.
So wait, like in your
So I'm allowing
you're right.
b4. I'm allowing it. That's why you
If
played
there's
a3.
no knight, okay, if there's no knight d5, then
It's the best move, but it's
yeah, it's still like tactically doesn't quite work for white.
yep.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so a3.
Maybe
So
just
here,
bishop bishop e7 or bishop c5.
I'm kind of wondering if we want to go bishop c5 because we want knight e7 or not. Like, I'm wondering, do we want our knight on f6 or e7 in this position?
Yeah, because if he ever pushes e5 and we go knight e7, we can get some sort of g6, and then there's like a permanent hold on the f5 square with a knight. Because if he ever takes with the bishop, we would take with maybe the g
Well, the
pawn?
advantage of having the bishop on c5, I think, is that you can put the knight on e7 and play d5, right?
Yeah, so you can play for d5.
And then you take back with the knight. So like castles, knight e7, and I don't know. Ooh, then they get like rook f1, and yeah, the f pawn can start rolling. That's
Yeah.
probably important to castle here.
Yeah, get your king out of dodge before you do it. I mean, these moves are both so tempting.
I don't know. I think you can maybe prepare it for one more move. Like, what if we just go h3?
What about just g4 right away? Because
Yeah,
the queen.
g4. We need to get something going, so I'm wondering if like b4 is okay or like d5 now.
d4 takes.
King goes to b1. One idea that's pretty common in the Taimanov is to sack the exchange with the rook.
Yep, you take on c3.
In fact, I think I had a game versus Amon like last year where we played like a 5-minute game, and he sacked the exchange in an endgame on c3. It was just positionally better.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly how we got there, but
No, it is definitely a common idea. Like, let's just give black 2 turns here.
so
If they
well,
played
okay, now
something
that's
like,
just
oh, that's
yeah,
a free piece.
but
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that
queen
tactically.
b6 is queen b6. I think they go bishop. Well, bishop e3.
Just go
But
here
then we
so
have
that
queen
tactic.
a5. Okay.
This is a much better move, I know. I just want to kill a move for black as well and get my rook off the file. So I can
Yeah.
do the sack.
Show the. It's like. Yeah, I mean.
It's this type of idea. And as you can see, the engine
Very good. You just go rook c8 and then queen goes to a3, for example.
King is gonna
Probably
be
queen a3.
murdered.
I think this is just very good here because
Yeah.
we'd go queen a3. They'd have to go queen d2, I think. Otherwise, we just go rook b8 and bishop c6 and mate him.
Yeah, I mean, this is very pleasant. Very,
So,
very
anyways,
pleasant.
sacking the rook on c3 is a very common idea, so we have to keep watching out for that if we're playing white. Queen a3, queen d2, bishop to yes. Exactly, Eddie. Eddie's pretty sharp.
He's very
pretty
sharp.
sharp with in these positions.
He must not be medicated yet. Or maybe he is medicated and that's why he's so sharp.
Yeah, I don't know. I always play a lot worse when I'm medicated.
I always play medicated. So maybe
Fair
I play
enough.
yeah. So I wouldn't know if I play any better
So
or
you
worse.
don't know
Yeah.
what you're. Yeah. Someone says that they hate your name and it's disgusting in chat.
Well, I'm sorry, terrible Tim, 1969. Man's probably from 1969 and my dad's age, so yeah, he probably wouldn't like it.
Fair enough. I mean, I think it's a pretty good name.
I think it's a great name.
They got a laugh out of me when I heard it the first time.
Thank you. Thank you. Could you imagine? Just having some fun. Okay, no problem, Terrible Tim. You are probably my dad's age now. I have a
Chessbrah
1969.
channel, it's welcome to all demographics. So.
Indeed. I have a
We have quite an
1969
age
Whaler.
range.
Oh yeah.
Quite an age range in chat.
Just
It's
reminding
very cool.
You reminded me. I have a 69 Whaler. I love going on that boat. Do you
Let's see.
what do you do in the summer?
Me?
Yeah, how do you spend your time when you're not playing chess?
Just like working or like, what's up, Chris Herrera?
Hello,
Um,
milkman.
yeah, just working, friends and lifting weights and stuff.
Big gym bro.
Gym bra. Spend a lot of time at the gym, probably like 2 hours a day. Um,
Yep, we're
Gator
titled.
monkeys, the lower bunk. Seth lifts heavy stuff. True.
Well, is it? Is the lower bunk open?
Yes, I live in Idaho, Bunglet. Napoleon Dynamite was filmed in Idaho, correct? Miss being able to lift weights for 2 hours. Actually, I like just sit around most of the like
You just
I
go
could
to the
probably
gym.
yeah, I go to the gym and I like spend a lot of time there. And like half of the time I'm lifting, half the time I'm just sitting on my phone.
At
It's
least
one
you're
thing
at
we're
the
known
gym.
for.
You
Yeah,
go
it's,
to
it's
it.
a nice place to hang out for sure.
Yep, I assume people there.
Good
Bunch of
old
that
Tech
stuff.
says I'm Utah, bro. Nice. I was in Salt Lake City last weekend actually, visiting some friends. Actually went to a tournament where I met a chat member. It was pretty funny. So, um, I was playing my game, and I was playing the top seed in my section at this. I think it was called the Utah G60, and I was like super tilted because I lost the game, and
Yep.
after the game, someone came up to me. They're like, "You're Seth, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I thought they were gonna like roast me about the game I just played or like give me some suggestions, and it turned out it was someone from the chat who recognized my name, which was pretty cool. Yeah, it was Ralph Wiggum. Yeah,
Hey,
I met Ralph Wiggum.
that's very cool. Ralph is a longtime member. Very
He
funny
is,
as
yeah.
well.
He's a Halo player, I think, too.
Yep. Yep.
So
One of the Halo bras. I'm gonna add exclamation point cam to the title. So we don't.
oh yeah. Yeah, that's true, Eddie. I do powerlifting movements mostly. That's what I focus on. Like bench press. I mean bench press, my bench is kind of poverty, but like I mostly do like squat, deadlifts, and like variations of those, and then accessories. He says you could go queen b6 to stop the king from castling. Well, if you want to stop them from castling, then you should go bishop c5, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Because queen b6, they go bishop e3.
Well, also you're just moving your queen again, and versus moving a piece that hasn't moved yet. It's always better not to waste tempo in the opening. You wanna move a piece that hasn't moved yet.
You've Bunglet, you've met someone who's played KNVB.
There's a lot of lurker bras. They don't want their accounts known because then you can prep for them.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny because like I feel like at the lower levels, even people who are like 1500 are worried about people prepping. It's like you don't know any theory anyways, so why
You
would
know, I prepped for my 400 rated tournament. I'm serious. I pulled out. Well, I pulled out my phone 20 minutes beforehand. And was just like, this line annoys me. What do I do here?
I mean, I guess it is nice if you know like what opening, because then you can review your file or something if you have a file.
Yeah,
But that's a
like
big assumption.
I'm like mostly a Danish player right now, so like it's just nice that if I play the Danish consistently, oh, they're gonna go into this line or this line, kind of like how Aman is with his London, even though the Danish is so much worse than London.
Hoot says I'm 1000 and everyone knows all the theory.
Yep,
So you
exactly.
assume it.
Well, even in
Well,
my 400
yeah.
tournament, I was playing an Open Sicilian like Grand Prix to like move 10, like theory. Like
All right, we
I
gotta
went out
move.
of book, but we gotta move. Perfect. That's the
Wait,
one
no,
thing
sorry.
No problem.
All right.
The one thing
That
I
was
do.
I have another game open and I just heard the
You heard it? Yeah.
yeah.
I was gonna say that's one I like about having the cam open is I can be watching the game, But sometimes my board doesn't update right away, so I can make the move before it happens. I do think so, Lucky. Yeah, a lot of people with like YouTube, the computers being out, at least like 5 moves are gonna be played of theory.
Well, absolutely. Like I think like Gotham Chess has made so many videos on openings that have like more than 1 million views.
Yeah,
And
Eric as well. Yeah,
there's
Hanson. No, I
Eric,
mean
yeah,
Rosen.
Rosen.
Yeah,
And also there's tons of free resources online. Like Chessable has these free short and sweet starter courses that are
yeah.
actually really, really good. Like they're really extensive. And like you really don't need to study anything else. It shows all the main lines. So like what I think about openings is like you can get away with just kind of knowing the main lines and then logicking your way through the sidelines if they don't go into the main line. Like understanding why the main line's good, and then
Yeah,
if they
understanding the
don't go for it,
ideas.
you can realize like okay, maybe this isn't the best. But
Like just because I know this off the top of my head, like in the Danish when I play Bishop C4, my whole point is I want to attack F7,
F7, yeah.
and I might even be sacking it, which
Or you
is
could
like
just
a
play the Jerome and sack on F7 immediately.
true. I mean the true high T opening, but because of that tactical pattern, I'm always on the aware of it in the Danish because I know it's there sometimes.
Yeah. What was I gonna say about
That's very
openings?
funny, Freddie
Oh,
Potzer.
I actually like during COVID, I really wanted to build a really good opening repertoire, and I spent a ton of time like going through the best resources I could find. And I think honestly, there's this website called modernchess.com that not many people know about, and they like have full PGN files that you can buy. That's my favorite opening resource, but Chessable is like okay. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of
There's also
like the way you yeah like a
there are
lot of
also all of the lessons on chess.com and
lessons too. Yeah,
opening book. You can get them with a premium membership that you buy when you under the stream.
yeah. Code chessbrah
Code chessbrah.
is it
I think so.
or is it
The
like
code's
code
a little
Eric or
different for
something?
everyone. It might be. I think it's just code chessbrah.
Gotcha. I
Nice
bet there's a
thank you.
command in chat.
Definitely is a
Someone
command.
who's smarter
Probably
than me.
affiliate! Exclamation point affiliate or exclam.
There we go. Premium.
Premium.
So
Nice.
click the link, get premium, and then go watch all the videos on the Tomanov and report back in an hour.
Yep,
And
I know Amon has some London ones. We also have Factor, so if you want to get a discount on some gym chess lessons, feel free to. Or merch, or if you want to feel for a free tier, not a free, but a gifted tier 3 for less than $25 and free and food, and use code Factor or chessbra20 exclamation point Factor.
so Reputation's asking about more opening resources.
So chess.com has a lot and a lot of lessons given like people like Amon. They ask him, "Hey, can you just give a short 10-minute lesson on this variation in the London?" And they will go through it. Amon will be having a YouTube video that will play and pause as you're going through it, and it's very very good to open them. I know Amari Cooper, who just played in Blitz Champs, he has something like 15, not 15, 1,500 lessons completed.
Holy shit.
No, I know it's insane, especially from like Amari Cooper.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. That's some serious dedication. Very impressive.
Wait 1 second.
It's modernchess.com is the one I oh, Bunglet got timed out.
Yep,
Wonder
that
what
was me.
happened. Oh, didn't really see what he wrote.
Well, good. That was the point.
Oh, okay. Hey Iceberger. Welcome in.
Yep,
And
and
Bunglet. F F in the chat. One of the most active Discord members is gone now.
I know. I like Bunglet. He's very funny.
Yeah.
I thought he was 40 for the longest time, and then he told me he was 22, and I felt really bad.
FuckYouChess.com. He's more. I think a lot of people are like very like impassioned. They're very passionate about the debate between Lee Chess and
Yeah,
Chess.com.
yeah.
They're like, no, this
I just play
website is
chess.
better. Yeah, I don't really care. I play on like all the chess websites.
I honestly think that there's a couple things I like more on chess.com, and then like one or two features that Elite Chess has that they don't have, but that's literally it. Honestly, I think I like chess.com more. They just have more stuff. The tournaments on chess.com are better. Like, I know they don't have as many of them.
Oh yeah.
But that's good because there's too many on Elite Chess.
Yeah, play chess on kasparovchess.com, the inventor of chess.
Oh yeah.
It's the best place to play. Amon is 17th in the standings, not bad for 3 years of OTB. Yeah, I think he's gonna move up today after he wins this game.
Yep. I just checked to make sure we're not on Chess TV, by the way. We're not, so no worries. But we can swear if you want to. That's what that means.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yep. When a mom blunders, we can start freaking out.
It's free, no ads. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really mean to spark the Elite Chess versus chess.com. I was just mentioning
okay.
that debate. I was just mentioning that people are very passionate about that, and I respect it. But pay to win. Yeah, that's right. Okay, that guy got taunted.
Yes, I did that.
Yeah,
let's move on. Chess 24 is top tier. That's one thing we can all agree on.
Now we can talk shit about Danny. Exciting.
iChess.net. Have you tried that? I feel like I've heard that
iChess is Igor Smirnov's website, isn't it?
I've heard that him and what's his face, Ginger GM. I just had it off the top of my head and I forgot it. They do a lot of openings.
Yeah, Ginger GM's a really good author. I have a couple of his courses, and he has this one Chessable course called Grandmaster Gambits, and he gives you some really interesting lines against like the modern Empiric and Alekhine Scandinavian that I've never thought about. Simon Williams, Chess Temple, yeah.
What do you play against the Scandi?
Well, it kind of
the Queen A4 Scandi or Queen A5 Scandi.
I mean, I usually go for Bishop C4 in an early 95.
You don't go B4?
Like, no, I don't play the... Isn't that called...
Like Leonard Gambit or something?
Is that the Leonard Gambit?
It's something Leo.
I don't know. I'm really bad with openings. Like, I know the main ones, but...
Yeah. I love that. It scores really well, too. And it's super fun, because you get a rook on B1, rook to B3. Quick development. Plus, you're just tempoing the queen.
Queen Gambit. Yeah.
That's a good one, Amanda. How you doing?
You play exclusively on your Windows app for chess. That's the only way to play chess.
Indeed.
I mean, like, pretty much everyone I'm sure has played, like, I don't know, when I was younger, what's it called, like...
Yahoo Chess?
Chess or something. Yahoo. No, it's like an app on...
Yeah,
like, from the older
I know what you mean.
It has 3D pieces, and it's, like, so disorienting.
Yeah.
Playing 3D online is just impossible for me.
No, I know what you mean.
They said you should play this to get used to over-the-board chess, and honestly, it's nothing like over-the-board chess.
It's nothing like it. I was
Yeah, it's like playing like on acid or something. Like it's.
Yep. We were playing like downstairs, and I was sitting in the chair, and I was looking at the board. And I'm like, I can't see half the board from this perspective. I need to stand up and like look over it. But like, it's exactly the same perspective that you get when you're playing online. Like the pieces like all get in the way of each other. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Cool math games probably had some chess in like school. Cool math games was the shit.
Battle chess. I've never heard of some of the websites people are talking about now.
Well, now we got some.
I don't know. I guess I started playing chess like pretty much when internet chess was getting really popular, like back in 2017.
Well, I joined right after the boom, so I've only been playing for like a year and a half. I played as a kid. I played as a kid, but I was like 400 and I quit because I just got tilted.
That's actually really impressive. So, like, you must have gained a lot of rating in
I gained 500 points in like the 2 weeks after Tulum. I just wanted to play.
That's really impressive. That's like definitely a plug for their next.
It's a huge plug. I am like a perfect plug. I went to Tulum as a 1200. I left Tulum as a 1700.
A 1700. Sheesh, that's some good value investment right there.
It really is.
Like, did you train with Mayo?
Mayo, Dylan, not Dylan, fucking, why is my brain just blanking? I had the name. Um, Lafong, that's what
What's
I meant to
Yasser?
say. Yasser wasn't
Lafong.
there. But
He wasn't there.
Lafong was the
Okay.
one on my name. Eric
Oh yeah,
and
Lafong's a
Amon
good.
also did some coaching. I'm sure. Have you heard? There was Eric had some bug bites, and Amon was sick, so there was some other
Pretty
time.
fishy.
Yep, like
I'm S. Oh, it's
Esmachakos.
Machakos in chat. Yeah.
Yep. Pretty much what I was trying to say is Dylan, not Dylan. Why am I just fucking up the names? I'm so tired.
Dylan was your coach.
Yeah, Dylan was my coach.
Nice.
No, but Mayo was my coach. I'm getting the Dylan Mayo show on the top of my head when I think of Mayo. So Mayo did most of the. What was like he like showed us like Kings Indians, like very attacking like style of plus. Which is what I wanted to play but wasn't doing it. Yeah, sorry buddy. Omid was there as well, he taught a lesson.
I think everybody should go subscribe to Miles' channel, by the way, because
Oh yeah, true.
people asking about openings and stuff. Like, I think you can find a lot there. Miles
Guess
is a
what we just got.
big partner, big supporter of the channel.
Guess what move
So
we just
go
got.
check him out. H5. Wow, that's not even a
H5,
move
yeah.
I consider. Very prophylactic. You're preventing the H or H3 G4. You're preventing G4 immediately.
Yes. Well, I mean, you can still kind of play it.
Eric is not playing. He's playing in the Olympiad though in a couple weeks.
But then you're.
Garrett.
I like it a lot. I was just seeing
G4
after
doesn't
G4. It doesn't make any sense. You're opening the rook. Because some people might think, oh, I can still play.
Knight f6 is a great tempo move here.
Yeah. And then the queen's just like, that's a bad
that's you should not put the queen on f3.
Well, like, where else you put there?
E2 is better. I'm just thinking you don't want to put the queen opposing the bishop and the battery there.
Also, stepping into this. And no, I do agree. That was a bad move.
So h5 is a great.
And I like h5.
Amandala says, I've watched several of Miles' opening videos. They're great. I agree. Miles is a great coach. And, like, I think Mile will, like, watching his videos sort of changed my perspective on, like, attacking chess, for example, and not being, like, afraid of being down a pawn for positional compensation even. Because, like, once you become comfortable with being down material or, like, not like Salty Clown being down like a queen, but like maybe a pawn and, like, understanding dynamic compensation and stuff, you're gonna become a much better chess player because of that.
Honestly, yeah. There are.
Chris Herrera, you're always down a pawn though.
Because you
more.
Like if you are as like you're confident enough to say like, okay, I'm going down. Like if he takes this pawn, then I'm gonna go here. This becomes forced, and then I'm gonna keep calculating from there. And then if you are just comfortable doing that, you will just start to improve. Like
well, it's sort of like the idea of learning how to play chess by feel. Like you kind of like when you've sort of been in positions where you have to play with dynamic compensation a lot, you sort of get a feel for like when you should be doing stuff like that and when you shouldn't. And that's like being overly materialistic in chess really holds a lot of people back from gaining like a lot of rating.
Like I'm sure you know in Bullet there's a lot of sorry, the move didn't there's a lot of moves that you just play off instinct, like sacks fully. It says like, okay, I'm pretty sure this works. Like I haven't calculated it fully, but I've played a similar type of sack before, and I know how to do it.
So El Fishy is giving some moves in the chat, so maybe we can explore that. He's saying f5e takes f5. I don't think you
would take.
This looks really scary.
I wouldn't.
Because if we go bishop e7, bishop g5 is just killing us. So.
And then might even be. Sort of f3. No.
f6.
Is it possible it's just castles?
Oh, before h5. Sorry. Okay, yeah. I see what you're saying. What's the idea? Wild Hacks, the idea behind h5 is preventing g4, I think.
And really sometimes go knight f3, knight g4.
So with h5, Amon's kind of saying he's not going to be castling anytime soon. because he's not going queenside because the rook is on c8, and he's not going kingside because his pawn is on h5.
Yeah, I don't even hate that though. A lot of times in these positions, you just leave your king in the center and it's really safe there. You do
Wild
have
exit,
to.
wouldn't we want g4 with the queen bishop battery? Um, yeah, I guess that's like up to whoever. Like, I guess Amon thought that g4 was important enough to prevent. So I don't know the 100%. Like,
Let's say you play a move like knight f3. It looks simple enough. And then white plays g4. This is scary. This is
Pepper
your
says
king
we
is.
don't have to castle in the Taimanov.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Your king is in the center, like, which I know
Like
is by choice. It's also by force. And white's coming. He's pushing the pawns. The rooks can come to the open file. You can castle and get, like, pretty much with tempo. This is
Like
very
he got
scary.
he got 2 draws. Legendary Great Dan.
Yep.
Yeah. Can white play e5? I mean, e5 is possible, but there's really no reason to play e5 at this moment. It gives away the f5 square, and also you can take on g2 immediately. But e5, you don't really want to overcommit with e5 a lot of the time, because then the f5 square becomes weak and the e5 pawn becomes a target. Because you can start by playing d6. Okay, say the pawn wasn't hanging on g2, but you can play d6 at some point and start, maybe not here, but like maybe in an endgame, for example. Because
Even
now,
this, if your king's not right here, like, you have. It looks good for you. It looks good for blacken. Like, it's
yeah,
not exactly. Like, there's
it's pretty
definitely a comp
balanced.
here. Yeah.
It's just I don't like the fact that the king's never gonna castle, but I guess like that's fine in the Taimanov. I
Yeah,
guess
there's.
this shows I don't understand anything about
A lot of
this.
times I
But
just leave my king in the center the entire time. It's safer there because I want to play h5. I want to have my rook on h8 just starting to push the pawn.
g4 h5, something like bishop e7, g4 h5. Where's white's attack? I mean, well, if you think about it, though, it's pretty much going to be I think it's going to be some sort of race to see who can get their attack through first. So you really don't want to be the one who's like stuck defending, because you're probably going to lose. I mean, that's my logic. Like in these like opposite side castle Sicilians, it's honestly always just a race. So
It is. It's
like
super sharp.
prophylactic moves.
Who can checkmate who?
Like, I guess Amon thought g4 was important enough to prevent by playing h5. Like, I'm personally like, I wouldn't play h5, but like I'm much worse than Amon, so it makes sense. But
Amon has also taken. This is like huge, huge sideline. Only played 5 times, so he's pretty much out of theory.
yeah,
He is
just
down
reading,
30
trying to
seconds though.
understand some of the moves that are being talked about.
Yeah,
So
chat
say
will
knight
say a
f6
lot.
fgs. He takes fgg. What do you mean ge?
They a lot of times don't make sense. So I've just zoned it out at this point.
No, but okay. Yeah, no. I was just trying to understand what was being discussed there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so h5, it's definitely like either a high T move or a low T move. The way you
I think
think
it's high
about
T.
it. Like it looks high T, but h5 is just preventing. It's very like preventative. So I don't know if like
Well, you want to
it could
go
mean that
h4 as well.
well,
Knight.
Amon could it does mean that Amon might be worried about e4 already. But it also could be a new opening idea. Maybe he's been doing some research, and with a better engine, this is a more approved move by the engine.
I think it just h5 is a very topical kind of idea to take space. Yeah, Alpha
H5
Zero
is a
likes
very
these.
modern idea.
Yeah.
It's definitely a move you wouldn't see in like some old chess book, but I mean like more like logical moves, probably bishop c5. But so we're definitely out of book at this point. Like
Yeah.
there's no way there's any games in this.
There are 5, but exactly like none.
There can be no ambiguity about T levels. Always high T, even if it's bad. That's definitely
Thank
an
you,
approach
Justin.
to chess.
J Bond. How you doing, Julian?
Castles, and h5.
Yeah, I think you go long here.
Or you mean h4? Oh,
h5. h4.
H4. I mean, no, that's not here. That's too much. I think that's giving away too many tempos as black.
Yeah, I was about to say you're
Like we
literally.
really need to either play knight f6 or bishop c5 here.
Yeah, if you play H4, you're pushing a pawn towards nothing as well. If he castles long, I can. If he castles short, I can see why you might want to play H4. Maybe.
Yeah.
But even then,
You just
I
like
would prefer.
roll the. I think Matthew Sadler called it Alpha Zero's bowling ball because there's a lot of games where Alpha Zero played against Stockfish where it just like threw its H pawn all the way up the board, totally
Yeah.
neglecting development, and then somehow it always ended up like being beneficial to have the pawn there.
Yeah.
A very modern way of approaching chess, which I don't understand at all.
Super sharp though.
Yeah,
Like we would lose almost half those games.
yeah, I'd lose to both players, so.
True.
But yeah. You think castles is more natural?
Long castles. I think short castles is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I would say long castles is the move here for white.
Yeah.
Well, long castles is definitely in the spirit of the position, I think.
Yeah, bring your rook to the d file. You can bring your rook down to the f1, and it will be doubled.
Like white's whole plan here with the f4 like line is definitely castling queenside.
Or just playing some moves to show like what his plan is. To like just push f5 and just rip open the center. Because you've already shown with kind of h5 that you might not castle short. So if the king is in the center, you're gonna want to attack it. Attack the pawns in front of it.
Yeah. I'm just wondering how we're gonna proceed as black. Like if we're already pushing. Oh, okay, rook f1 first. So what's our plan as black here? Like we really need to do something with our kingside pieces.
Probably just knight f6. I mean, I know there was definitely some talk about knight e7, but at this point, I just want to like get my pieces out. I'm getting a little nervous.
Me too.
Well, on this one now, there's knight g5, which is a very nice place. I guess you can kick it out again.
D5 would be better. I thought knight d5.
Knight d5 is definitely an option as well, and then take like with the queen because I don't want to damage our pawn structure.
No, yeah, definitely. I mean, this looks pretty good.
Yeah, you got open pressure on the c file, bishop coming here, controlling this, and you're not getting say you're not getting checkmated. This has to be calculated. I guess you can take
don't
here.
we just take g2?
I guess, but I mean even this.
But you take on e2. Like if white trades
know.
queens, then white is just down a pawn.
Yeah.
So if they take on e6, you take on e2, bishop e2, and then d e6, and black's just better.
No, I agree. I feel like this has to be it's just okay. So it doesn't work because of this. But if not, it does look scary.
Well, it's because you can trade queens with check. That's
yeah.
important.
If you couldn't trade queens with check, they're gonna take here, which is what I was looking at.
Yeah.
Because if like, let's say you've already castled and then castle first, and then f5 is kind of a threat. Apparently this hangs the g2 pawn again. So you have to deal with the g2 pawn. It's funny how g4 kind of did that.
Now h5 is beginning to make some sense. I mean, I understand why white is like not castling because the move b4 could be a bit annoying.
Yes, it's very common in these lines when you have the rook and queen battery to play b4. And then bishop takes.
I still don't think b4 is something white has to worry about because I think it's a little bit early to be playing b4.
Definitely.
Don't really have a follow-up.
How many pieces you have on the back rank?
Yeah, we need to get our knight.
Yeah, because even if we got b4, they castled, and then.
Whoa, what?
I know. I'm just for demonstration's point. Fucking the board's highlighted as well. Now they move the knight. This isn't mate. I know I'm hanging the knight. My point is this isn't mate. That's what I'm trying to show. My point was I'm just trying to show that this isn't mate. I don't care about the pieces, frankly. Okay. My point is that even if we get everything we want in the knight moves, it's not checkmate. It's some pressure, but...
I wonder if the move knight h6 is something we consider here.
Knight h6.
It's a bit weird.
I like it though, because you're keeping then g4 and knight f5 open.
But I don't really... that's... Now that I look at it though, I don't think knight h6 is good. Because even if we get to g4, it can just go h3 and kick us back to h6.
Wild Hex. I literally don't care about the moves I made. My point was just, even if you get everything this night, it's still protected. Like, knight
Knight
h6
h6
hangs. Thank you for telling us what it hangs, how it hangs.
hangs the h5 pawn. Yeah.
Well, then you can go here
I'm just
and
saying in the
here.
future, I wonder if the idea is to if the idea with
Mm,
h5 is to go knight h6 in some lines. Okay.
and Wild Hex, yes, of course, there's a lot of pressure, but
Vandermonkey's making some good points.
exactly, yeah, I do agree with that one. Yes,
Going to show
Elfishy.
eval bar. Did I miss something?
Yes, we're having the eval bar on for today. Kind of just test it out for a little bit.
Yeah. In some, I don't know what's going on here. Like I really don't.
That's very fun.
So that's why it's exciting. I'm really excited that I get to commentate this game. As a Sicilian player.
Yeah, me too. It's definitely, I prefer his black games than his white games for sure.
I can calculate depth 30 eval bars. That must be nice.
Yeah, I wish I could
your
do that.
ding dong. I wish I could calculate 30 moves in advance.
What's wrong with the New York Jets, Wild Hacks? They're not gonna have a chess event. But yeah, Eddie and coming to New York, that'd be very fun. Are you excited for the eventual, whenever it happens, Bras meet up in New York in 5 years?
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
I might have to get over to New York for that.
I definitely would.
Do you play at the Marshall Chess Club or no?
So I moved to New Jersey 2 years ago, so I haven't really still setting my roots. So I mostly play at college when I play OTB. My school has a club, and we're part of like the college chess league, and then
do you guys play in that like the oh, what is that tournament?
the
Like the
collegiate
one put on by Polgar.
I
Yeah,
don't know if it's
Collegiate
that
Nationals.
one. It's the collegiate league, and
That's
then
the one where like, oh sorry,
there's one in that chess.com does that like Joe Bruin runs. That's the one that we
Yes.
mostly do, and that
oh
one
online. Okay.
Yep, and then also there's a California section one. Is there an in-person one?
There's one tournament, yeah, and like Webster University absolutely dominates. They have like a Olympiad contending team.
Yeah, one
like
of
with like Ilya Nizhnik and like Lazaro Brazun and
yeah, it's crazy
who
to think
else?
that like kids like
Benjamin Glidor.
Andrew Hong, who like Amon's like commentated on his games, are just like at college. Like he's currently playing in the US youth championship, and he's like having like, yep, I was studying this line in class, trying to just like avoid college. It's like, yeah, we know about that. I've done that before too.
Yeah.
It's insane how strong they are.
No, seriously. Yeah, like especially when you get to analyze with someone who's a strong player, it's very impressive how fast they see things.
Oh yeah, and then they keep saying the line, and at one point you just like, okay, I can't follow anymore. I have no idea where we are or what position. And then the two players will just keep going back and forth, like bishop e8 here, bishop c6, and it's just like, buddy, I'm lost and I have a board in front of me.
Yeah, Yuri's on the Webster team too.
Is that his name? That's a very hard name to pronounce.
Yuri Kroikin?
Boykin, okay.
He's a very popular author on Chessable.
And he's in college. Good for him.
Yes. Yeah. But they have like 30-year-olds playing on their college team too. Who are like 2650 GMs. So
Well,
like they just absolutely dust everybody.
the one that's
the
pretty
Webster
funny.
team.
But I've definitely had like 30-year-olds and like 40-year-olds in my college classes, just like at school. Like people who like went back to college.
No, that makes sense. I mean, like they have people playing for their teams who are like not I don't know. They just like destroy everybody.
Is that confirmed?
This.
I know he was
Like
sorry.
even their C team has like is like IMs like 2450 average.
That's really funny.
So if like our college, like the college I went to, were to send a team, like I'd probably be playing board 2. So we'd have like probably around like a 1600 average or something, even with our best players. So we never ended up sending a team because we
Didn't want to
definitely
get crushed. Yeah, no, I get that.
Hey Josh.
I think you know CM Rui. I think he might be going to Webster next year. I saw
Really?
he was talking about it with the someone on Twitch yesterday, and he was like,
Yeah,
"Yeah,
I
well,
mean
they
like
have the strongest team, so why wouldn't I go?"
Webster's so strong that like Roy wouldn't even he's a very strong chess player, but I don't even think he'd make their like fourth
Well,
fourth
he's like
tier team.
2,200 feet.
Yeah. Even being
Holy shit,
2200 you wouldn't get to play much.
that's
They're
insane.
very, very strong.
Yep.
Lab says no tunes.
No tunes right
Good
now.
thing.
Which just the commentators. But how you doing, Neil? He's playing against you with a different last name.
Nice.
Pretty sure he's FIDE as well.
Does the pawn to b8 makes sense here?
Yes, pawn to b8. That does make sense.
In some variant of chess, it probably does make sense.
Glad to hear it, buddy Neil.
Oh, pawn to b4. So
You could
yeah,
just take.
pawn b4 is definitely a move here. I mean, if yeah,
Uh,
the problem is for black. Yeah, the a6 pawn is under attack. I wonder if you can just take it. No, probably rook a8.
yeah, good point.
You take the rook with check on a1. Is Amon playing the king's Indian defense? This is a Taimon.
No, he's playing a kid. So yes. Yes, he's playing a kid. He's not playing the opening the kid. He's playing a kid.
What is? So I heard the discussion about historical like reenactments yesterday from Mannered Monkey, like a little bit.
Are
I
you
don't have any
a
experience with
living
that.
actor or whatever the fuck you said? A living historian?
A living historian. I mean, history was one of my majors in college, so maybe not a living historian, but
I'm a political science
definitely down
major.
to have historical discussions.
A living
Um,
historian, yes.
I mean, you could say that.
I'm a political science major, so I do deal with a lot of like
Political
American history, which
Okay,
is
nice.
brutal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna quickly refill my drink. I think we'll probably sit another 20 minutes before Amon makes a move. So
Fair
I'll
enough.
be right back.
Where did I go to college? I went to a college in Idaho. Probably just knight f6. Knight f6 here. Yeah. Knight f6 is a move for sure. And I wonder if we're really trying to get the d5 breakthrough in this position. The thing is, so for example, if we go knight, like I can't move the board, but knight f6 castles, d5, e5, knight d7. I think we'd be pretty happy with that because we bring our knight to c5, or b6 actually. We go knight b6, bishop c5, knight c4. I don't know if anyone can follow what I'm saying. So if I go knight f6, e5, or sorry. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Well, so knight f6 castles, sorry. So knight f6 castles, queen. e5, e5, knight d7. Sorry, no. e5.
D5.
e5.
You want E5.
Okay. Yeah, okay, sorry, that hangs the e. What happens here? Oh, okay, they can just take, or what am I missing here? Missing something.
This is pinned.
Takes. Knight takes. There's. I don't know, I thought something like this looks. Should be e4.
I don't know, I feel like something here might work.
But apparently there's some tactical thing that I missed. So if
Yeah,
we go
no, I think I see it. Oh.
So here.
Oh, I see it.
Knight b5. Whoa.
Apparently not, because knight b5 takes you with this.
Then, well, you take on e4 if they go knight b5, I think, right? Wins a piece. Knight b5, you take on e4.
Yeah.
There's two hanging pieces. e5 with the king on e8 is no good. Yeah. Well, where are we going to put the king? That's the main question we have to answer here. Because we're going to have a hard time castling. Like, I think the king might end up on f8 or something.
Yeah, it
after we move
is.
the bishop.
You don't move the king till you need to. It's like you just delay.
I don't know. Having the king on f8 when white's played f4 and has a rook on f1 looks very, very scary to me, personally.
Yeah, bishop b7.
Okay. So what if the idea is to go bishop f6 and try and induce white to play e5?
That's
Although
interesting.
no, that doesn't make sense.
That's so many tempo. I just feel like black has one rook on the starting square, and we have a knight and like a rook. It just feels bad. You know what I mean?
McNaster wants to play d6 before d5.
d6 is common in these lines. You kind of just want to prevent e5 because then you always have the d5 square, and if he takes, you're fine.
It's important to note that we are down a lot of time here.
Yep.
We spent quite a bit of time on h5 and bishop e7.
Yep.
It also works in a little scary for sure. His opponent seems to be very well prepared.
Yeah, kids tend to be.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing, Omid? Good morning to you, buddy.
Do you think Amon will win this game? I really hope so. That would be huge for the standings.
So
probably jump to like tied first or second after this round.
I'm turning off the eval bar. In a position like this, it doesn't matter. It's way too sharp. It says that white is up a pawn in the eval wise, but I mean it's not gonna. I don't know.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. The Sundance kid. If white ever goes e5, we do get the f5 square, but maybe not now. Okay. Commentators' ratings. I'm like 1830 over the board.
I'm 1830, just like on Blitz. You're dead.
Both super jams, clearly.
Exactly. Yeah. You do look exactly like a Seth. It's perfect for you.
I'll take that as a compliment.
It is a compliment. It is a compliment. Seth's a very Giga Chad name.
Sweet.
Yeah, and then I'm 2100 bullet, but that doesn't mean anything. Yeah, hyper, if the time control keeps going down, I'll get better. But as it gets longer, I get worse. So we did get knight f6. I like that Amon has played that quickly, at least.
Giga Chad name.
It is, honestly.
That's pretty funny.
I look just like a gory hole, apparently. Yeah, hopefully we do see e5. Then just the d5 square is so juicy for our knight. And if you ever take, it's just not good. Then we really are getting a lot of pressure on this position. Like if we even just like 2 moves and it's like one bad move and it's like, okay, I want to sack and just like rip this open. Put the queen here first and then sack. So you do king b1.
This looks like really bad if you let the queen to a2.
Yeah, so king b1. We want to allow the king, but even this, just if we get e5 and then knight d5, I like Amon's position a lot better than I did before.
I really don't think white's ever going to be playing e5 though.
I know, I messed up. I know.
But I mean, no, like it's very possible, but like I don't know. I feel like something like f5 would be a bit more challenging. Or trying to prepare it more. I feel
Yeah.
like white is so coordinated here. It's just very hard to do.
Yeah,
anything
it's like
well.
white also doesn't have to worry. Like he can just continue to build up his position, and just like he can almost slow roll this position. I wouldn't take too long here, because like you're slightly better, but it's very close. No, I agree with the bar. Turning it on for like the couple moves in the beginning was just like, eh. But now it's like, okay, this is a position that it's white has more space, so the engine's gonna itself. You couldn't see, I just did the hand jerking motion. D5 is definitely an idea.
Well, that's what I'm saying, Endgame Magician, but I don't know how to make it work. Well, this doesn't work, right? Because knight takes in there in like well,
yeah, you weaken the move the defender, and I guess if you take
C3
this is
no,
scary.
you can't take C3.
I know, I'm just showing why you can't.
Yeah, I agree. This is dead for black.
So apparently, D5, there's takes, and then like some sort of F4 idea to remove the defender and keep pushing this pawn. Nope, no video
How many
of the
subs
board
do
today.
I donate to get rid of the eVault bar permanently?
I think 50 for this stream, and then another 50 for next stream. Or, we can always negotiate. We can go lower.
Negotiate for more subs for Eric and Amon.
Yes. Sorry, I do mean go higher.
Yeah, always go high. Always start your bets high.
I can turn it back on. eVault bar is back on. You have to pay me to take it off.
Neil is my... I'm trying to follow all the conversations in chat right now. Not really.
It's definitely very hard. Well, Eddie, keep in mind it's white's move
like
right
little
now.
side conversations going on.
Oh, yeah.
Is Amon allergic to castling? That's a great question. That's a great question. That's something we'll have to ask him.
It's definitely this position is... You can not castle. Like, it's a pretty, we could start with 10 subs. Yep, 10 subs to start about removing the eval. Exactly, McMaster.
Permanent $10 to remove.
Turn it off and on.
Has someone pulled out the Jerome yet today? Not today. Hopefully tomorrow.
Yep.
Check. Okay, so El Fishy's giving moves, which is nice. There's knight f6, e5, knight d5, knight d5, queen d5, bishop e4, and black will lose a bishop. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Black will lose a bishop.
Wait. You mean white will lose?
You mean white will lose a bishop? Okay, we did get.
You got your
subs.
10 subs.
I did say we would start to taking it off. So now someone has to do another 10 subs, and then I will turn it off. I said I would start to turn it off. I said one person. Now we need another person.
I don't know.
To do
I respect the 10 subs, but
I do too, but I didn't say 10 subs.
Well, yeah, gotta get this scam going early in the morning.
Actual scam, indeed.
Boy, this young man. Bishop c3. Okay, so Azizi says bishop c3. How does the bishop get to c?
Different position.
Oh, okay.
Azizi, we're not going into that line. Use the stream on Discord so you can just be right up, and then the chat.
I mean, I hate to say it, but I would love to play white here. As it opens the Sicilian player.
Okay, just another 5 more, and it might go off. I can definitely confirm it will go off for a little bit, at least for a short while.
Oh yeah.
All we need is another 5. I can tease it.
Refund request incoming.
Oh.
King B1 incoming.
I think king b1's a very good move at some
Very
point to throw in.
prophylactic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
Kind
GM
of
like
takes
move.
takes the sting out of the move b4 a little
You
bit
know what
because then there's
king
no
b1
threat of
reminds
queen.
me of? Do you remember Eric's game in one of the Meltwater champions? It was about like 5 moves down. He won the game. I think it was against Shakriar. Shakriar. He plays king h8 or like king h1, like in a position that's just like pretty even. Like the plans, you know. Thank you, very yes, will do. Very even plans, but it was like 5 moves down the line. He had seen some calculation errors, and he's just like, okay, just king h1, just step out of the way, and then we'll be good.
Yeah. b4 looks, yeah. I don't remember. I know he beat Mamajirov in that in-person, like the hybrid tournament where they like all sat at computers opposing each other instead of playing on chessboards.
Yeah.
I
What do
know
you
he beat
think?
Mamajirov.
So I'm gonna give black a tempo here, but what do you think if bishop takes knight, just takes back, and then some sort of queen a5 idea, just to really be coming in?
I think this is a little incorrect though, because
Bishops are kind of
if you're not
active.
immediately winning e4, I would not give up the dark squared bishop
That's a good point.
personally.
We want to be winning e4 when we give up the bishop.
Yeah. What's black's plan if white does nothing?
Just to keep bringing pieces to this side of the board, and then to really give the king some hurt.
Well, I
Should
think
to
some sort of
checkmate.
so S Michaels, I think some sort of combination of d5 or b4 with the knight on f6.
Yep, and also breaking in the center. Sorry, the knight is on
It's just
f6.
I still think that d5 is not working because f5 is incoming.
So one of the things that in the Tamanov that I'm pretty sure is a thing, I don't exactly know if it's a thing, you're not supposed to play b4 and d4, I think. Like I've heard that
I mean,
be said before.
that makes a lot of sense.
Because then you're kind of
Maybe
one
it's my
putting your
part.
bishop in your own cage.
Mhm.
Because one black might not even take, and even if they just all the exchanges here are pretty okay. So it's a bit interesting. Yep, 5 more subs and we will get the eval bar off.
Just block out the eval bar from h6 to h3, but then you can still see the number in the top left. So it's still kind of a
true.
scam.
It's a big
So
scam.
the scam is still alive, which is important.
Yep, 5 more subs to turn it off. How you doing? That's my chat.
Well, Pin, your main scammer is playing the game right now, so
That is
he'll
true.
be on in a little bit to talk about his game. So don't worry. Let's see.
I think he's calling us the scammers. Because we do have all the power.
Or he's calling us the scam fans. I would more identify as a scam fan
Yes,
than
yes.
a scammer.
True, true. I'm gonna thank Gooblini for the tier 1 for 20 months and Shuri Chip for the prime for 14. Good, good. So, yep, 5 subs and I will turn off the eval bar.
All right.
Sometime. I love this board theme. It's just simple. Plus, well, a lot of times if you're drunk or hungover, it's very nice to have a dark board. You don't want it to be bright.
Oh, there's
There's the
5
5.
more subs.
Well, I did say 5 because that's 20. I didn't say how long I would turn it off though.
You said no, you did say for the full stream. I did remember hearing that. You said 20 for this stream, and then did you say 100?
I said 50 for the full stream. I said we can start it at 10, and then at 20 I'll turn it off for a little bit. We're keeping the scam levels.
Some gaslighting in action.
Yeah, there's definitely some gaslighting, but I did say 50 for the whole stream. Started at 50, and I worked my way down. How much to get the eval bar? Now that is a great question. Now that is just 5 subs to get the eval bar back on. and then it'll be another 30 to turn it off. I am drunk with power. You have to try the scams. What would you play as white here?
So like one line I was just kind of looking at is king b1, b4,
It's a king b1, b4.
ab4. White takes the pawn. Bishop takes b4. f5. Knight g4. h3, knight e5.
Just
So
sorry. Say again.
So white plays h3 here.
Yeah.
Then knight e5.
I like this. You're kind of centralizing your knight, bringing it over to the attack. So maybe one sub to turn it back on. We'll turn it back on at a low cost, but then to take it off will be expensive. Because I do agree, it is free.
And if bishop f4, I think we're taking on d3.
Sorry, in that moment. If bishop f4, yeah.
Well, I think
you probably take back with the queen. Yeah, I just auto captured.
Well, then now we have bishop c. Oh, bishop c3.
Yeah, this is very unpleasant for white actually, because even if you just
take it, we win the endgame.
Yeah, this is a much better endgame. Pressure on this pawn. Because even if I might even consider this move.
Take on d7 and we get mated.
Oh yes.
Or not mated, but this is not good.
This is too sharp. So just take back first. I was looking at f takes, not d takes.
I would take bishop d6. Bishop d6 and e5 would kind of. So you put the white goes bishop d6 here.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And they sure. Okay, wait. My move didn't do shit.
You also have f3 at some point to go king f3.
Yeah. No, but okay, let's go back a little bit because I think something like that could potentially happen. Because all of those moves seem pretty natural. So
yeah, because I'm b4.
King b1 first.
Oh yeah, right. King b1, b4.
Yeah, b4.
Takes.
f5. I mean, f5 is not the only option, but all the other ones. So if they go e5, we go knight d5.
Yeah, we go there right away.
If they ever go e5, we go knight d5. Yeah, f5, knight g4. Hits h2. h3, knight e5. It's a nice little rerouting idea. Plus, the knight can potentially come to c4 at some point.
So maybe here. I can't move the bishop. Is this just lost? Or like bad for white?
No, not necessarily.
But I don't see a move here. This is getting taken, and I'm gonna take here. I guess the bishop f4 is probably bad because you want to be able to recapture with the bishop. That's the move that we blundered last time.
Well, in this position, I wonder if they can play f6. I wonder if that's.
Because if I take here, you're gonna say that you can throw in just g-ticks.
Yeah, I believe so.
Because there's no like check to sack after that. What if I take this first? Because then that kind of that doesn't even force the issue, so you can still
just take back.
Yeah, so you do kind of have to deal with.
I don't
this
like
pawn.
The idea of taking on, especially after f6, taking on c3.
I think g6 instead of taking is probably better. Because yes, you have a pawn, then kind of permanenting your king, but you also can run over here, and this pawn's kind of safe. It's hard to kind of get in and attack it.
So pin 0 NIQ says white doesn't have to go h3. The knight doesn't do much on g4.
Yeah,
yes, they don't have to, but at the same time, we can go knight e5 anyways.
Yeah, that can be our move no matter what.
The h2 pawn is hanging. I don't know if you can take it though.
What about e5 here to prevent knight e5?
I mean, I don't see a problem with knight h2. The rook h. Oh, queen g4.
And you can do this if you want to. I
No,
probably
bishop
wouldn't.
g5, bishop g5 here. I wonder. f6 takes. And then bishop
Probably
takes f6.
here. I know, but where do you want to go with the king here?
I
Here.
don't know. Maybe this is not so good, but no. Okay, now this fizzles out a little bit.
I mean,
I thought we might have more here.
it's still tricky. It's definitely in classical. I wouldn't take this position.
I have no idea if this is good, but you can set up a mating net by taking on e6 and going bishop g6, and rook h8 is a
Well, the
big
thing
idea.
it's black. It's white's turn here, and this is the tricky position, I think.
Well, no, bishop takes f6. You have to take f6.
What about
I
this?
think. H1. I don't think there's a mate. He gets to f6.
Yeah.
You can take on g5. So, or here.
Well, what does black
bishop-
play here? That's the thing. Then black
what
is
black?
This is not easy. Wouldn't you wonder the evil of this position? There's probably one move that saves it for black. Wow,
Yeah, this is
white's better.
because you can't stop him from taking on e6, going bishop g6, and that's going to be mate. Because look at the bishops and rook coordination there.
Nice line.
And if you take on c3, so if you take on c3, I just take back with the bishop and I'm chilling.
Yeah.
And if you don't take this, I go f6, and then the bishop gets to g6 anyways.
Well, let's
Go to
hope that
rook
doesn't
f3.
happen because we got rook f3. Rook f3 is interesting. Pretty flexible move. It prepares to either double on the f file or just activate the rook.
So now we go b4, right?
Yes, probably. Then if takes. Even this position, play something like knight b1 just to. Almost
Yeah,
wondering.
HelloFresh was totally 2 months ago. We've moved on to
The
what's it called?
Factor. Exclamation point
Factor
Factor.
is the new
Easy,
company.
chef prepared, microwavable meals. You will get a gifted tier 3 from Eric in your pocket anytime you can use in advance. Or not or, and a March store. I know, imagine having to prepare my meals. Couldn't be me. Do you want to give your cam a refresh? You got a little blurry again.
Oh, okay.
It's up to you.
I can just turn my camera off. There we go.
No problem. So rook f3, what do you think about it? It's definitely interesting.
Rook f3. Yeah. I mean, I wonder if I move knight g4, is it like... How much to blur my cam? I can like...
You can start moving it back and
I
forth.
can put like a piece of paper over it. You get a tier 3.
You do get the full tier 3.
Love the negotiation.
Yeah, well you gotta be a little scam. A little bit of scams.
Okay. So let's look at... Okay, I'm gonna think for a second. So
Hello, Moist Dude. How you doing, buddy? I don't know. I feel like you have to play b4, and it's such a common idea, even in like all of the Sicilians.
trying to get the knight to the f5.
It's a bit hard because you can't really. I don't see a way to force white to play e5. So they're always gonna have the square.
Mm-hmm.
Have a good one, Josh.
Hey, Josh. Enjoy your school.
Have fun, buddy.
Can.
We are in for another, I think, long game.
Yeah, this is gonna be I think things are gonna explode in a second. Like I feel like there's a lot of tension.
Yeah.
No, Amon's drawn 2 games. He's 3 out of 4.
So he is undefeated. So
Yes, we're undefeated. Rook F3 seems fucking dumb.
we both read that at the same time. I mean, I can see the idea behind it. It's probably to go here to really just rip open the king. But I do agree that it does seem like begging. Yeah. To limit the squares. Because if it ever goes like, that's a mouse slip.
Oh.
If it ever goes here, you get
Mouse
this with
slip.
tempo. Yeah. So you can never really like prepare to like
Well,
shove
he
it down.
he definitely doesn't want his rook on E3.
Yep, I know. I'm saying if he ever like is like trying to swing rooks to add to the attack.
Well, his idea is to play rook DF1, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think his idea is this.
But
But then
what does that
Amon
do?
can
'Cause
push the issue.
when's he ever gonna? How is he gonna open the F file if we don't play D5?
And I don't think we are going to play D5.
Right. So B4. Because we came up with 2 plans. Either we go B4 or we go D5, and D5 has never really worked.
Yeah, so D5, it's not a blunder, but when you play the B4, B5 idea, you really don't want to play B5. It's just like you're locking in everything.
Well, yeah, I suppose you want to commit to one plan. Like,
Yeah.
what's my rating? Like 1800, about 2300 blitz.
So a super GM.
Yeah, I'm a 2780 FIDE. Meanwhile, H5.
How to swing the rook
I
over.
wouldn't think it. I'm not even thinking. 2400.
There's a lot of pieces though in between.
Hey,
You're better than
Thongy.
Brando. Well, you're not banned, so you are better than Brando. Hello, Thongmi.
Force of draws here.
Hello, Force of Draw. How you doing, buddy? Got a lot of the boys in here.
Yeah,
How long do
I
you
don't-
think Amon's gonna think in this position? More or less than 20 minutes?
No, I'm on mountain time, Thongmi.
Have you slept yet?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
I got like 6-7 hours. I'm
Okay, not
chilling.
bad. That's more than I got, so.
Nice.
Yeah.
Rook C3 seems hard to get in because you have to move the bishop knight. Rook C.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. But yeah, how? So where does white like? White's not gonna play knight B1. There's unless white wants to do something crazy like go. Well, here you now help them.
You wouldn't
Now
take
that an E5 starts to make more sense if you do that. So like if you take D2, so take E5 because they get knight E4 and knight D6, and we're dead, I think. So, but yeah, I don't really know what to do there. So white's move.
Or maybe just this. So we get literally everything in the position and we still are too slow.
If they get knight D6, we're dead.
Yeah. If they take here, no matter how they just on the board, I guess they can take the queen. I was seeing if there was any lasting tricks here with the knight. Don't think there are though.
My factor subscription. That's right, Thongmi.
Yeah, no tricks.
17-year-old kid.
Damn it, now that you've reminded me of sleep, I'm tired.
You could put some music on. I have music going, but I don't think stream can't hear it. It's good music
Yeah.
though.
I was asked to not have music on. But it's okay.
Oh, okay.
No videos of Amon
Oh,
today
because
for
of the,
privacy reasons.
Or the VOD or
The VOD
whatever.
and just because we're commentating, so he doesn't want to.
Gotcha.
Exactly. Exactly, moist dude. need to win
Is
the
it
match.
moist
So it's
dude
not
or moist dud? How do you pronounce it?
Well, it's definitely supposed to be dude, but
I've always read it as moist dud in my head. Maybe moist dud or moist dude can.
well, moist dud
can help
does
me
make
out.
some expense because he's a bit of a dud. Dud was intentional. Okay, well I've always just said dude. Why also just call him moist?
Yeah.
Well, even dude, you can pronounce D-O-D-U-D as dude or dud.
Like did. Yeah. Gotcha.
Well, I haven't been adopted by Moist yet, but I've been very close. Clash Royale username.
Yeah, Moist is good, man. He's been gaining a ton of rating.
Moist
I
is
remember
like
playing him when he was
2300.
like 1800 blitz, and now he's like 2350.
I know.
Big Chad.
It's really funny
very
though because he's
impressive.
really bad in bullet, so he's like my rating still. Fun fact, yeah, fun factor makes it so much easier to lose your virginity. Put meals in the microwave, you get it on, and by the time you finish, because we're chess players and we like to take our time, the food will be ready, of course. You are terrible at bullet moist. It's pretty funny though.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what to analyze at this point.
Neither am I, honestly.
So like we looked at b4, ab4, bishop takes b4.
I don't think there's another line that's gonna get played. Like this is the critical variation, and all this is science.
I mean, does he really want to go like rook g3 after that line?
I mean, there's no way that this is good though. I mean, I guess
knight for h3,
yeah.
we have a problem.
I'm just trying to get this.
Well, now he's hitting g7, so we have to address that.
I know, which is why I was thinking that. Maybe just
in rook h7, there's the move e5, which is pretty bad.
So, and this pawn structure isn't awful.
And we can't. I honestly hate the idea of playing rook g8. So
yeah, I don't know. I think g6 if rook g3.
Also, you could play king f8 after rook g3 instead of g6.
I don't know. Then I'm thinking moves like this really do start to work. Just like breaking through. And just like you can hang as many pawns, it doesn't matter. Just like the pieces are kind of pointed towards your king. Hello, Leftbridge. How you doing, buddy? He's finally figured out how to use the watching without something.
So in this position, what if we go h4?
There's no way to. I guess you can go there. But then here is annoying.
Well, not knight h7.
What would you do here then?
Maybe we can play bishop. Bishop e7. Does that make any sense?
I mean, it creates a threat, that's for sure. But the question is, does white need to actually care about that threat? If you take here,
yeah,
you take here.
That. They can just take on e6.
I just want to take back with the knight. Honestly, you take here. I mean, this position is...
So if you go back a couple moves, instead of bishop e7, I'm wondering if we can go e5 here. Although e5 seems a little crazy.
It's also not a common move, so it'd be a little tricky to... You know what I mean? It's like, normally when you play the e6 Sicilian, your pawn does not move from e6. I'm not saying it's a bad move. I'm just saying Amon would have to calculate this out fully and like look at it.
Yeah, but now I feel like white's king like attack if you get it like after.
So rook g3.
So king
bishop takes, takes, and takes. That's the problem.
It takes.
He has 3 points out of 4.
So we take on e4, MC. Queen e4, queen 4, bishop e4, rook g7. Oh no, rook g7. You hang c2 with bishop.
Oh, yeah.
c2 is hanging.
I gotta give sub to T-Pain. That's very funny.
Maybe d5 here. Okay, yeah, d5.
Yeah, this looks good for black.
Cement the position.
Then you have that. So maybe not d5 first. Maybe something like... Well, are you really worried about this? Because it wins a
No,
pawn.
not that.
I
Oh
guess
yeah, yeah.
you
Rook
take
F-
here.
rook
Now you take
C3,
here.
yeah,
Yeah.
that wins.
And then-
Here we go. We do them tactics. Puzzle rush. Um,
Yeah.
puzzle rush in F8.
And then the threats to take here. And then this rook's kind of looking stupid. Now that it has like 2 squares.
You have to go all the way, probably to G5 and try and swing over to the A file.
Sorry, I was reading chat.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't hear it at all. Yeah, to go over here.
Yes. Honestly, this is probably pretty drawn. I wonder if you go bishop F5 even. No, hold on, sorry. We're hanging a rook here.
Oh yeah.
Our HA rooks in. So we have to do something. You can't go there because bishop G7.
Yeah.
We hang H5, but then we get G2 and then rook D2. I don't know. It goes on for through. This is very drawn.
Yeah, it's just draw.
4 versus 4 opposite colors.
I'll go through the game quickly for anyone who just got here. We got a Tamanov Sicilian. So Oman is pretty booked up, so we went through a couple of these moves pretty quickly. And then I think H5, he had his first big think of the match. And then after rook F1, he had another little think with bishop E7. And now this is the current position.
I feel like this is a very critical moment. The thing is, Aman's down to 28 minutes.
I know.
Already.
It's like, it's
And
an
I'm
hour
worried
to 28
because
minutes.
I feel like Black's the one who needs to be really precise here. Because White's just very coordinated.
Yeah, White's
hard for White
very
to go
solid.
wrong. And with low time as Black, this is going to become very difficult to play.
Yep, we've analyzed before.
Because playing bishop E7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you kind of just have to do that though, which is unfortunate. But hopefully Aman realizes that he
I forgot that Robin made a course on the Taimanov Sicilian back in 2016, I think, on Chess24.
Okay, so he knows a lot.
Probably knows
about
what
this.
he probably knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I'll accept what he has to say this time, but
This time.
yeah. So, man,
I switched
he used to
between
be a
the.
Taimanov brought. He also made a course on the Rossolimo. I remember watching that at one point. But then I don't play the Rossolimo.
So you're a big course bra. You watch a lot of courses.
Yeah, I remember someone recommended that I learn the Taimanov.
Yes, it's a very good Sicilian. Aman recommended it to me.
Yeah, I kind of like the classical a little bit more, because the positions are a little bit more like pure calculation than sort of playing by feel.
Yeah.
Which is better for me because I don't understand anything. But okay.
Oh, we did get B4, so that's good.
Yeah, so we did get the move B4 in.
So we talked about takes
after another big thing. I'm very concerned. Okay, takes. You have to take back. Just
takes
take back.
instantly too. Please just take back
Yeah.
instantly. I mean,
You
there's
gotta
no
build
other
up some
other
increment.
moves here. Okay,
So
good.
yeah, I mean, like, on move 40 if we get more time, or is it just one time control?
Yep, move 40.
How much time is it? An extra 30 minutes?
Yep.
40.
30.
Oh, 30.
And 30-second increment per move.
Yeah. We have a long way to go until time control.
Long way. We have 25 more moves.
Yeah.
And honestly, by the way this position looks...
We have 28 minutes to play 25 moves. So another, like, 1 or 2 long thinks, and we're really seriously in time pressure.
Yep.
Why no cam on Aman? Just type in exclamation mark cam.
Yep. Due to privacy reasons, it won't be a cam today, but Aman will still be joining us a little bit later.
Yes. Some unrated on 4 out of 4 would be Anthony Atanasov. That's
Aman,
pretty rough.
So like
that's something you'd see in the US.
Yeah, so how would give us some insight to people who don't play as much OTB chess? how would somebody who is untitled one show up and cheat? 'Cause don't they take the phones? Is he like going to the bathroom? Is he like studying the lines? What is this?
It's
Like,
very hard. It's very, very hard to cheat.
no,
I
I
mean,
know.
well,
So how is he doing it? That's my point.
so he's probably not. He's probably just good.
I know. Probably
I
bathroom.
really,
You have to go to the bathroom every
it's
time though. Is that what like Anthony said? That he's just like going like 50 times during a game?
that's right, Dongmi. At the National Open, for example, if you left the room with your phone, you get forfeited. You'd actually get booted from the tournament. But what you had to do is put your phone in a bag and put it on top of the table. And like they don't like follow you to the restroom, but there's a lot of arbiters standing at the door who will probably like if they suspect you, they'll stop you.
So my OTB tournament when I came back was a lot more laid back. There was no money on the line. So until game 5, I was listening to music through my AirPods.
Yeah.
It was a
I mean,
7
some
game
tournaments
tournament.
allow that. It
Yeah.
depends on the
Well,
arbiter
like an
too.
arbiter came over and then told me to take my AirPods out, so I made sure he told my opponent to also take their headphones out. So we were both listening to music. It was like, okay, we silently don't care.
100%.
It's more, I mean, like when I'm at my club, I'm listening to music the entire
You
time.
have to give the phone away and take the battery out? Wow, that's pretty crazy
That
actually.
is really crazy.
You
It's
must
probably
play in
FIDE
Europe or
rated.
something. That's
Europe
yeah.
and FIDE rated. Yep. Well, Moist, aren't you also your first OTB tournament? It's I like mine, as I just said, is a lot less serious. Like I had my phone on me the entire time, but like I'm not gonna be remembering 50 moves into my game, kind of thing. First FIDE OTB.
Yeah, FIDE is more strict for sure. Because people actually care about FIDE ratings, unlike USCF. There's
That's
things you
interesting.
can yeah.
See what Athongmi said? They move him to a different room. So it's like, okay, you're gonna play all those good games? Win now, damn it. That's pretty funny.
Okay, funny story. So at this one tournament, I think it was the Grand Swiss in 2019. There was two games that were right next to each other, and until move like 24, they were the exact same position.
Yeah,
I think Karyakin was one of the players, and then I forget who the other two were. But the arbiter like stopped the game, made them move to a different room, and immediately the games deviated, and one side won and one side lost.
that's really
It was
funny.
actually hilarious. I remember watching the broadcast of that, and the commentators like, "What? Like they're just copying each other." It was crazy. Like it seemed like all four players were in on it because
No, that's really
like
funny.
yeah,
They just had like a little
I could
joke,
probably
like, "Hey guys, I wonder what happens if we just copy each other's games. What will they do?"
it was Karyakin was one of the players. It might have been Alareza might have been involved in that. I forget who the other ones were. I think there were some 2650 GMs.
Yeah,
Maybe even Shirov. I don't remember.
I remember. I played Omid in a simul until him, and
Yeah.
literally the board next to me, we were because we both prepped because who plays the Trumpowski. So I've like literally just never faced it before. So I'm like, okay, what do I do against this opening? So we were just following some like theory. So it was like 15 moves in, and Omid's like, okay, I've had enough of this. I'm deviating because we were just playing me and because we both had black, or we both had white because Omid wanted to play the. I know we both had black because Omid wanted to play the Trumpowski. So we're literally just playing the same moves because he's playing the same system, and we just had the same like response against it.
Interesting. I just posted the link of so apparently it was so the players were Shirov, Yu Yang Yi, Karyakin, and Alexei Drev. And the games were identical for the first 19 moves, and it was a very sharp game. Pretty funny. Pretty funny stuff. Anyways.
That is really funny. Thank you for the
Just
prime
like
competitive.
are they Ilya, are they updating like as it's going? Because usually they just update at the end of the round what the results are.
And thank you, Bobby Tables, for gifting to T-Pain, the rapper. Have you ever seen his streams?
Who's that?
T-Pain. You don't know who T-Pain is? Come on.
Oh, I know who he is. I
Okay,
didn't know he
okay.
streamed on Twitch.
No, he does. He streams like music. It's very funny. He's good at it too. He streams Warzone every occasionally. Yeah, castling is overrated.
You need to go to the playing hall. Okay. It's a little bit far away from me. About 1,000 miles away, so I guess
Yeah,
we'll
it's
just
really
have to
far.
wait for the website to update.
I might be going to the playing hall after this.
Is there like a blitz?
There's a blitz
event?
tournament. I might be playing.
Oh, you should totally.
If Kevin will take me, I'm playing. For now, yeah, I just have to get there.
Gotcha. Just go up and like dust the U1600 section or something. Like a couple $100.
Yeah, exactly. Well, because I'm not even 1600. I'm fucking 800 UFCF.
Really?
Because I've only played one tournament since coming back, so my rating is still super low. Well, he said he wanted to go. Plus, he really likes his car, and I tried to convince him last night. He said he was thinking about it. I think if Amon wins today, there'll be a lot more energy.
How do you like Toronto? Have you checked like
I love
downtown?
It's very nice here. It's a lot easier to say I love it when I can legally walk into bars and be carded and take out my ID.
Mhm.
You can't do that in the States. But
Gotcha.
it's very nice. We've had a lot of fun so far. Last night was a bit more laid back, but sorry, chat's very funny. A bit more laid back. We played some games, played some chess. A lot of fun though. It's a lot like
Nice.
San Diego, and that is just like very laid
Diego.
back.
I was gonna ask like what U.S. city you could compare Toronto to.
I see a lot of San Diego in it. On the water, everyone's always happy because they live in this nice area. Very very what's the word, rustic, kind of like you could tell the heritage is here, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Is it like a pretty like urban place or like what are people like in Toronto?
They're very friendly, and
Yeah.
let's go Camp C. That's actually not 7 more months, fucking next year, April. Although wait, the date's confusing me. I think they have it
Mhm.
set up differently. That'll be very fun. I know I need to get a fake, but I'm a year away. Like, it doesn't make sense to buy a fake now. I'm too late for it.
I wouldn't get a fake. Fakes are very like easy to spot.
Very easy to
anyways.
spot. Plus, my roommate is 22.
You can use them for anything,
Exactly.
and they cost like $100. So it's not-
Exactly. Bunglet. My fake ID would be studied. Cause like
be analyzed.
yeah, I'm legal here and I still get ID'd every time. Like, yep, I know, I'm pulling it out.
No, it's 21 in the states pin.
Yep, but 19 here.
21.
It's fun.
All right, so someone suggests so the line before
It
was
would probably
Rook G3,
work,
Bishop
Kurtz.
C3.
That's the funny thing. We do look enough at like it might work. Up here it would.
So Jesse, I think the problem with Rook H7 is E5, right?
Yes.
Because
So
E5 hits the knight and the rook on H7. So I'm not sure if that's the position you're talking about. Oh, I think E5 is still
that's
a
really
problem
funny,
with-
Moist. I don't think E5 will be played because of this knight. Alright, maybe.
Sorry. Oh, you're looking at. Sorry. I was
So
looking at a different position on my screen.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, that would.
But you can never play Rook H7 at this moment. Like when the knight's on F6. It's
Yeah.
E5.
Because if you play rook, let's say it's black's turn, just lose a piece. I don't know. what
Although
position
maybe you
looking
do
at.
have knight E4. You said after you take on C3. But still, that looks kind of scary because then they go rook. Well, I think
I
King
like
F8.
I like sacking for white in this position. Sacking for black is really hard. Because even if
So
you
I-
go here and sack this,
No.
at
No,
first it
no,
works.
no, no.
Protected. That would be the type of move I make online. I'm like, oh fuck me, I just my queen.
We're down too much material.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, do you think you can go to the live position?
Yep.
So after bishop takes, now rook G3 is probably going to be played.
So the problem with rook G3 is just loses a pawn. But this is very drawish.
Didn't we look at this line earlier?
Yeah.
Rook G7, E5. Oh,
Hold on, mouse slip.
yeah, rook G8 here. Oh no, we can't play rook G8. Sorry, because bishop B4 check.
Yes. We have no way to block. Nice spot.
And if rook h7, on
H7 feels stupid. I'd rather play like king e to.
yeah.
Oh, that hangs for rook. You're right. We forgot about that part.
We gotta deal with rook h7 has to be played. Then rook a5 maybe.
I don't know. My rook feels. I guess I can play some sort of
You can take on
f4.
a6.
Mm, this feels a little spectacle now. At least like trying to save your rook.
Take g7 with the bishop.
Yeah.
Rook's hanging. Yeah, you take g2, I guess. I don't know.
Sure. This is definitely a draw. This is the type of position they just offer a draw. Yes, I know.
Rook
I am the rook on
h6.
g7.
No, rook h6, bishop g7, Maso. In that position, you lose the rook. So okay. So like, let's look. Bishop e4. Let's play this out. Rook g3. So king f8. Okay, I'm like willing to. Oh, he took back immediately. So it's white's move now.
Yep, 7 seconds on this.
I would be really willing to bet he's gonna go rook g1. Or sorry, I'm dumb. Rook g3, I mean. And king f8, and we're gonna get this position. And I think white's gonna think after king f8.
Well, in this position, does it not make almost more sense? I know it's a little scary.
No, castles, he goes e5 when we lose the h5 pawn.
Yes. Yes.
We're dead, actually.
Yeah, fair. We are dead there.
Now if e5, I think we go knight d5. Or...
I'm like fine with these trades though, because even if you take care, you win. Never mind.
Yeah. So takes, rook takes. Oh, hold on. We got to be careful. No, probably rook takes here.
Yeah.
Because queen takes d5. Does he have bishop a6?
Definitely has bishop a6.
Okay, bishop a6, queen a2, bishop e7, queen a1 is mate. Queen a2. Bishop e7, queen a1 is mate. So...
Yeah, I was thinking something more like trying to get this to work.
Queen a2. And you lose. It's, yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice way to lose.
Okay, so I guess you can go down this line. Guess it's okay to take on d5. Bishop c4, there's queen c4. Oh, you just take the bishop. Bishop's hanging.
Oh, yes. I'm... Forgot about the rook for a sec.
We can do that.
Yep. That's why you're here, to make sure I'm
So there's no I guess there's no discoveries.
Yeah, there's nothing good in that line.
So I guess we can go knight d5 in this position if they go e5.
Yeah.
Unless anyone sees a reason why. Knight, yeah, that's a good move too. We probably have to go bishop e7 to stop knight d6.
We could take with check.
Yeah, but the knight comes to d6 anyways.
Yeah.
We have to stop. We have to prevent that. You could go bishop e. Yeah, bishop. Yeah, knight e4 is the move. Can't take on d2. You almost have to go bishop c5, but again, giving up the dark squares like that is a bad idea.
Especially because our dark squares are so weak.
Yeah, so probably have to go bishop e7 here.
Yeah, so let's hope this line
I don't like that.
played.
That's really kind of admitting that we've done something wrong.
Really admitting we've done something wrong.
So this is probably what's going to happen. Like I would g3, king f8, e5, knight d5, knight e4, bishop e7. e5, bishop c3, knight
We looked at
d5,
this line earlier. It's definitely playable.
I just putting the pawn on g6. The dark squares are so weak.
Yeah, but this bishop, at least for now,
so
F5, is not active.
Does f5 just kill us?
I thought we could take it twice.
Mm.
Thought we could also do something here. I think we can take like this. Oh, hanging a rook. Ugh, this position's so annoying. No, we can't take like that.
I think if you play g6, you're going to lose pretty fast. I would just think. Because you don't even have e5 at any time.
Yeah.
It's hanging. e5 here, you lose the pawn on g6.
And then also, if this pawn never moves, the bishop's coming out.
Yeah. So bishop b4, rook g3. If he doesn't play rook g3, we're probably doing okay. We have like like if he goes king b1, I think here instead of rook g3, we have bishop c3 there, and then take c4. We can probably bail out here. Bishop g7 or g.
Oh, we hit both rooks, so that doesn't work.
Yeah, so we can't do that. So take e4, so rook g3 here. So that means he's getting
Or
g7,
also
right?
maybe.
I think rook g3 is better because how do you defend that? Bishop g6. Okay. Bishop f6 here, probably. I think f6 is a little more. Oh yeah, you're right. c2 saying sorry. c2. So bishop c3 is 4. Oh, also wait. After bishop takes g7, do we have bishop c2?
Might have bishop g2. Let's go active king.
No, you take the rook. He takes our rook.
H4 as well.
And we have to deal with. So we either king f8 or king h or e7, because we have to deal with rook g8 here.
Not mate though.
Set up a mate with like bishop on c2.
Yeah, try to.
Or no, yeah.
Because then if
h4 is always
back.
Bishop e5. But yeah, I don't know.
Rook all the way over.
We're going a little too far here. This isn't gonna happen. But like,
yeah,
there could be an opposite color bishop endgame, with rooks, with a pair of rooks on the board.
I do want to. It does look like we're heading to the end game.
Bishop f6.
If we get rook g3, it looks like we're heading to the end game.
But king b1, we can take e4 and bail out into a slightly worse endgame, I think, with the line we looked at earlier.
Yeah.
94. Well, hold on. So go back a couple moves. So like after 94, what if bishop g7?
Yeah, what if bishop?
Rook g8. Now you don't take. You just leave the tension, for example. Just don't. Yeah, like.
I like that move.
What if even f5 or not?
I would want to go to f6, but we'd have to take there first, which we could because it comes with tempo.
Robin, what did Robin? Let me check the chat history.
Oh yeah, we haven't missed any Robin lines. Don't worry, I'm on that.
Yeah. All these lines look bad for black, which I'm a little scared.
Yeah, the pawn structure here is pretty god awful.
But okay. Any move that white plays is very easy to play. Fortunately, though, white is taking a bit of time to make this move, so we're catching up on the clock.
You jinxed him.
We went at f5. We didn't
f5
analyze
is interesting.
this.
We kind of.
Can we go knight g4?
Yeah, I feel like we kind of had analyzed it in a different position, and we kind of like thought it was bad.
So what does the rook do on, like, why did he play f5 now with the rook on f3? That seems strange.
It does seem
strange. Why not just play f5 straight away?
Yeah.
What's the rook doing? If he doesn't go rook g3, why is he playing rook f3?
No, I know, that's very strange. Let's go into this line h3 or king b1.
That's like pretty equal though, right?
Yeah, because then we're gonna get this. I don't know, it seems like after knight g4, we're forcing a knight onto e5, so... Well, maybe... Anything concretely wrong with this? At least I didn't really
why can't you just take on h2? Take
I
e6,
feel like
take f3, take f7.
There's so many times I'm looking into these lines.
Take the queen, take the queen. and take.
Well, oh no, it doesn't mark this one though.
Queen f7. Take. Better for black. While check. His rook's hanging too. Well, here bishop g5 is mate in one. Not mate. King c7.
It's okay. I did that a lot too yesterday.
It's like knight d5 and we're dead, or no?
There's
Sorry,
definitely. I guess you have there.
So go back a bit if you could. So you were saying e5. The knight g4. I really do like knight g4 here. I think it's a great move.
Yeah, but I feel like we need to, because I think it's so strong. Because I like the move myself. We need to stop e5, which playing
what is
e5
even? e5 doesn't threaten anything.
It doesn't, but it stops you from playing knight e5.
Why can't we take h? Or not take h2?
Oh, you can. It's just in this position, I seriously calculate a lot of sacks. I would literally be calculating every variation going for force mate. They just have to make sure there isn't one.
There's probably something concretely wrong with this. I'm just wondering.
It might just be something like you're too busy pawn grabbing. Like this isn't a position you can pawn grab. You know what I mean? It just might be that is the thing. Because like after rook f4, white's plan's really knocking on the door.
Ralph is suggesting putting the rook on g3. Or, yeah, okay. Fair enough.
And then your knight's kind of out of place as well. Like what's your knight doing on h2?
Knight g4, do you take on e6? Get you knight g4.
Well, you can take with the queen.
Ooh.
And you might be holding here, but I mean, this is not good.
So if we go back to the live position, we have to figure out if knight g4 is... So knight g4, e5 you think is a critical line?
I think it's very... I mean, apparently here, there's queen c5. I don't get that at all. I think that this is a very hard position to play and everything.
Queen c5 makes sense though, because you do hit the pawn on e4, or e5, sorry.
That is true, yeah. And you're hitting the rook.
Yeah.
And you have some side threats.
It's dangerous to allow f6.
Well, if you go f6 here,
Yeah,
I'm
how
gonna
does
take your
e5
rook.
not... take on g7, never mind, so probably.
Well, I'm hitting your queen.
Yeah, but you're starting to make a new queen.
There.
Good queen.
Actually, and then...
Can we get... The bishop h7 doesn't do anything. Oh, you take e5, sorry. e5 hanging. Whoa.
Your queen's
We're
protected.
going too
so
fast. We're going a bit fast here.
Yeah, I was trying to just force the queens off.
Why even consider knight g4 as a threat? Knight g4, you go to put the knight on e5, and I think black's doing great there. So if we can just show like a knight g4, so go back.
Yep.
Yeah, this. So what is he like? We kick the rook, for example. So rook f4 is a little weird. Like
It's very weird because then we take care of more tempo.
well, not even. I don't even think you want to take on d3 ever. f8 or what?
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah. Position looks loose for black after knight takes h2.
Yep, we kind of agreed with that, and we don't
So
think Amon's gonna go into it.
Instead of knight takes h2, we came up with queen to c5, which well, we didn't really come up with it. That's what the engine gives. Yeah,
we didn't come up with it.
I wouldn't see that, but yeah, queen c5 because it hits the rook on f3 and the pawn on e5, forcing. So, whoa.
We got
Oh, he
moves.
took. So knight g4 is not playing now. Okay.
So I think he's going into this line where you just
Yeah, if he takes on e4, we're probably going to see a draw in the next few moves. This is very equal, yeah? Like f3? Hold on.
it's,
Whoa. Your rook's hanging.
I moved it, did I not?
No, the white's rook was hanging.
Oh yes. Went too fast.
You think... Oh, black's going to be up a pawn?
No, in the end of
Hold
the
on.
line G7 hangs, I think. Then you
Alright,
have
so
Rook H3.
what's... how do you... There we go. Uh-oh. What's up?
Can't take with the bishop. How did we do this before? Oh, we played Rook G8 and then put pressure on this pawn, right? Then we thought, let's see what Amon plays. Okay, so we are going into the endgame.
I don't think so. I think he has queen d2 instead of... Queen d2 hits d7. Like,
Yeah.
Aren't we dead here?
You can prepare to...
Well, g7's hanging too. Queen a4. King b1. No, that mates on a1.
Wins
Oh,
on
sorry.
this.
Wait. f3. Queen d2,
F6.
queen a4. Hold on. What's happening here? No, so not king b1. I don't think that's forced even. Oh, b3 here. b3.
Yeah.
Queen a3, bishop b2. And you're dead. Queen d7's winning. For white. You go queen a2. Queen e7, bishop g7, we're dead. If rook g8, you have f6.
Nice line. And then this is just coming.
Yeah. e5's not really... So queen d2 is pretty tough to deal with.
Yeah, it is.
King
No, like
c6,
you can't...
just bishop g7.
Yeah, no.
That's the problem. Bishop g7, we're like Swiss cheese here. Maybe even bishop f6 instead.
Yeah, like so many options. You can never take and just get mated.
Although there's rook g2 here, isn't there? King g2.
There's rook g2 here. Yeah, right.
No, rook g2.
Yeah, no, I just mouse slipped. Huh. Is that? No, then you go here.
Yeah, can we slow down a bit, Goryhole? I can't follow your analysis.
No problem.
We had mate on g8.
Yep.
So there's no rook g2. Yeah. Got him.
Sorry, I
Yes,
assumed
there's
the
queen
lines that you'd given me were, found. You're not missing anything.
No, that came from my brain. So of course I'm gonna hang mate because I'm
no. I would do it. I did it clearly. Well, the funny thing is, I traded off the queens and then realized that rook g1 was a problem, going for the same mate but with the rook.
Okay, so let's go back and let's look through this a little slower so we can. So it's hard to follow, I think. So 94 was the move. Takes queen d2. So here, queen a4 doesn't really work, I think. Queen c6, he takes g7. And there's no rook g8 and rook g2, so I guess that's bad.
So we have to do this.
Then b3, right? And then bishop g7. Bishop f6. And there's
I think f6 is better.
I disagree.
You want to keep the bishop free to
Yes,
move?
I want to keep the bishop active.
Okay.
I want to. And if there's no rook g2, because that mate thing.
Yeah.
Queen a3, bishop b2. Queen b3, there's queen d7, Eddie. So let's go back. Because Eddie gives this line, right? So he says, wait, what?
Queen b5.
This is queen a4, 7, bishop takes f3.
Well, the problem is that you're running another rook, so this won't be played.
True. Yeah. Wait, so, okay, so there's no bishop g7 then. But what if... Now, what if we just go, no, rook g3, or rook g3 or rook d3?
Yeah, one of these two. Yeah, are we reading chat? Are you delayed by 15 seconds? We're not on rook takes g2 anymore. Time format, thank you, Elfishy.
Yeah, maybe even rook d3.
Yeah, just a really...
Oh. Now we have bishop g7.
Yeah, I'm not too... I guess, because we can always take there. That's the thing.
Bishop f... No, you can't. Or can you? Queen h6? Oh.
I mean, you've already shown that you have to be grabbing pawns, but are you really about to play rook back? No, this is way too dead. Yeah, you're not going to be grabbing
This just
that
doesn't
pawn.
look good.
No, I agree. It's definitely not going to be grabbing
No,
that
the
pawn.
move was queen takes c2, queen c2, rook c2, king.
Oh, I have... This works. And it doesn't work. You're going to win the bishop, though. Or almost works.
Whoa, what? No.
I was looking at something like that. Taking the rook and then trying to get this.
Oh, yeah.
Or after bishop takes, and then here if you want to feel frisky. What do you do here?
No, this is not.
I guess you just push e5 and hang the bishop. Yeah, obviously not the best. I'm seeing if it works for fun.
Gotcha.
We're commentating a classical game. We have time to calculate every single variation.
I'm trying. Okay, so can we go back to the current position?
This is the current position.
So it's true, Tommy. I'm trying to follow everybody's suggestions, by the way, but
it's too hard. It's too hard to keep track of all of them. You really just gotta pick and choose.
I'm trying to follow people who I know are like pretty strong players in chat. But
yeah, that's what you have to do.
Okay, so queen d2, queen d5. Let's go down that line. Okay. What's the problem here? Rook d3 though. Right?
And this is very annoying. Just your light square. Your dark squares are so weak.
Why can't we go? Oh, rook d3, queen a2 is, I think, Maynard Monkey's point. Go back to the queen d2, queen d5 line.
Yep, here.
So if he goes rook d3, do we have queen a2? d3. What?
Feels like we're getting checkmated.
This is very scary.
This is very scary.
I feel like the threat of like queen a2 does like makes one threat. Of
yeah,
queen
but
a1,
then
but
b3
then they can
is
just
safe.
I believe they can just prevent it. I don't know.
I play this move a lot when I can, and I'm a big fan of it, bringing the queen out. Normally it's here, but this is the same sort of idea. Yep, totally this is my thinking.
Sheesh.
Hitting the queen, just kind of... Do you think you take with the bishop or the queen here?
I think queen, because if rook f8 you have... Oh, wait, let's not hangmate. I almost played bishop b4 here. Bishop no,
never too late.
Before
never
queen
too
c2.
late to hangmate. Yep. But
yeah.
Yes, you have to take with the
no,
hangs your queen. Hangs your queen. Yeah, realize that too.
Do you have to take with the d pawn? And I'm always calculating like rook f7 here. But
always calculating at all of these, even just something like slow, like quote unquote slow.
What if we go rook d2 glory hole instead of rook to defend the mate? Rook d2
instead of taking back.
Yeah. No, takes. No. That's
Oh.
what's take.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, takes, and then rook d2 to
Oh, bishop e4 actually, I think is the main threat.
e4.
Bishop e4.
Uh,
That's a5.
well, I can't hear you very well.
Oh, I'm sorry. Bishop e4 here.
e4,
E4.
b4. Okay,
There we go. Yes.
bro.
That
Literally, that did not sound like a B.
Oh, okay.
And, like, I'm sorry. Like, I was literally just like, I heard
I get
E,
you.
I heard A, I heard everything else but B.
I get you. Sorry,
Yeah,
my
that
mic
does look
quality's
tricky.
probably.
No, it's
I think this is winning.
yes. I would tend to agree that this is winning based on king safety.
Yeah, that king's donezo.
Yes.
Ooh, queen e4. Is he gonna play queen d2? If he goes queen d2,
It's scary.
we're very close to lost, I believe.
Yes.
We might get some magic from him on and try and pressure, but
Yeah,
I'm a bit worried.
it's a good thing we turned the eval bar off.
What I wonder what went wrong here. Because all of a sudden bishop takes c3 was a blunder. I guess.
Yeah. Going into this line. But if it's accepted, you're fine and you're happy. And you can calculate all of the endgames here.
Everyone underestimated an early f5, says Muff Diver.
We got queen d2.
Yeah, I agree. Come on, I'm on. Oh, he played queen d2. Shoot. How do we hold this, man?
I don't know. We've looked at a lot of lines that are just not holdable, man. Oh no.
They all look kind of dead.
They all look so dead. I mean, and you can't even castle here. Just like the king f1 doesn't do anything. Oh, this is so. Oof. Bro, like I'm even like trying to just like do desperados like king f1, queen here. I'm like hoping that this works, but it's just like nope, you get mated in one. Like please take my free bishop, please. I'm like begging, but nope.
Yeah, I agree, Baz, man. Too. It's like have a position that's like basically about to collapse with 10 minutes to defend it. You got to make 20 more moves. I mean, this game's not going to make it to time control, I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do here.
Joy.
I want to be optimistic here, but I have no idea.
Just f6. Oh, not that. But just f6. Or queen g4.
Yeah, and if you do, yeah, you're getting Swiss cheesed.
Yeah. Dark squares are just pudding.
Well, have you ever heard like the saying that having a opposite side bishops favors the attacking side? So like in these positions, like people say, oh, opposite color bishops, it should be a draw, right? Which is like a very big misconception in chess middle games.
Mm-hmm.
When in these type of positions, the reason why white is so much better is because of the opposite side bishops and pressure on d7. But the opposite color bishops mean that black can't defend his dark squares, and white has a very good dark square bishop.
Yeah.
So it's basically like having an extra piece as white, yeah.
Because I mean, more of Amon's pawns are on light squares, and he has a light squared bishop. So he's not counteracting his opponent's bishop at all, but he's kind of working against his own. The dark squares in this position are much stronger than light squares.
Our light square bishop's not doing anything. It's not attacking or defending. It's just on b7 blocking our attack, unfortunately. So that's one of the main problems with this position.
And this position is brutal. How you doing, co-pilot AB? Always welcome in to have newer faces in the channel. Although they're not new. AB's a regular out here. We
d5.
Oh yeah,
Can
queen
we
d2
show
is
the
better.
live position? This is the live position.
Yeah, I go to refresh the board every time we make analysis, and it takes me a move behind. It's very frustrating.
Oh, that's weird. That's very strange.
I more meant co-pilot AB. You're not new here. What's wrong with
with
f6?
I mean,
Nothing.
it's black's move here.
You know what's brutal? The best move here is the castle.
Oh god, don't even
God.
say that. I don't want to
Oh,
live.
that's brutal. No, I'm on cam today. Indeed. Indeed, Joe. How you doing, buddy? Yes, it is,
Joe.
unfortunately. I love Joe.
I met Joe in Vegas actually for a second there.
Oh, you did? That's probably really fun. I definitely wanna meet
It
him.
was weird because like I was just walking around the tournament hall and like you'd see a ton of people from Twitch.
Oh yeah, I imagine
Or,
so.
lots of streamers. Just saw like I was just walking through a casino in Vegas, and all of a sudden Ben Feingold comes out of nowhere holding a pizza, and he like just walked by. I was like, "Whoa,
Ooh, you'll be
is that
in.
Ben Feingold?" Like,
No, that's really sick.
is that?
Especially because
And
it's
then I
Ben
was like, "Oh yeah,
Feingold.
that was
That's like
Ben."
one of the better ones you can meet.
I didn't meet him. I just walked by. I was like,
No,
"Whoa,
I know,
that was
better
Ben
ones you
Feingold?"
can see. Fake
Yeah.
vegan. Maybe it was vegan pizza.
Yeah, out of nowhere. I was like, "Whoa."
I'll be very excited to see you in SD Joe. So
Ben
just
is
randomly
funny.
popped by.
Ben is awesome in general. He's a very
He is.
good guy.
Did you win anything
Funny
in
guy.
that casino night?
Me? I don't gamble personally, so I don't know. I
Well,
didn't
you're a
win
smart
anything.
man.
Well, I don't know how to gamble. Like I know how to play cards and stuff, but the slots, it's too confusing.
Slots is
Stick
useless
to,
money.
just stick to chess and not, anything. That's right, Tommy.
Hey, let's go, Joe. Apparently he'd been in a poker game. That's a pretty big flex. Being like, yeah, I beat Ben Feingold at poker.
Some of the grandmasters are playing pretty high stakes poker.
Yeah, like
So,
Carlson is
yeah.
like world champion in poker almost, and then the Botes they keep setting up the poker events that are like $1 million like prize pools.
Yeah, so they had Phil Ivey on. Like, how do you really expect that to end?
I know, even I
Phil
know he's a.
Ivey and a bunch of amateurs. Like he's one of the best, I guess.
They also had that the guy who was a dick for the first one. It was like Phil something.
Oh, Hell's Move or something.
Hell's me, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
No, I know what you mean. Hell's Muff,
Yes.
yep.
Hellsmouth is he's been around for a while, I think. Pretty well known guy. Gristrick is a gambler. Hellmuth.
Yep, there's definitely a
Yeah.
lot of overlay between making good decisions in chess and then making some good decisions in poker, as can be seen by Carlson. You know what's
Yeah.
even kind of scary?
Carlson's good.
It's like or just queen d6.
Yeah.
God, this
You're
position
getting
is so bad.
You could get Swiss juiced here. Where you're king and you just got a lot of holes. Wait, you guys are getting ads?
What the fuck? That's a big keck weight.
I didn't. Someone start ads?
They're automatic on Twitch. Apparently, I have a button to run them, but I don't see it on the.
Doesn't it just run them for people who are plebs?
Yeah, it does.
You've been getting ads as a sub? Oh man, Twitch is really out here scamming. Now
That's,
you probably have to be like a tier 3 not to get ads.
That's the Hulu mentality. You know, you pay for a Hulu subscription, and you still get ads.
Oh yeah.
Make a poll? Yeah, we can make a poll. We're not doing too much right now. Plus, position is let's distract ourselves. Did you?
We gotta be brand safe. Yeah, we don't want to. What's Corey's holes rating? 2,500.
Thank you. Yep, exactly. I've applied for my final GM norm, and we'll be getting the title soon.
Send out an application.
Yes.
You know.
I'm doing the Pranav method.
Who would donate me a Grandmaster norm? There are people out there who.
Oh yeah, how much do I have to pay? I'll just fly over.
Yeah,
What is
dark
all
squares are
G?
pretty brutal.
Yeah, dark squares are definitely. Pawn is queen
Is it
a5
E2,
versus bishop
E3,
a3.
Dutch,
And then this is like
E7,
only move that
bishop
defends
D7.
mate. And then
Oh, wait, hold on. F3 is hanging though, so we don't play bishop G7. We go rook D. We looked
yeah.
at this already. Rook D3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's D7 and bishop G7 next. Yeah.
It's gory hold TTDB, Adam. Yeah.
Be dead.
Depot type bras.
Didn't you play Ludwig on stream?
Yep. Ludwig came into my stream. I was just chilling one night, and he was doing one of those videos where he just donates to small streamers. I got the question wrong. I was asked how many countries, according to the UN, are in the world. I
260? I don't know.
It's something like that. I
No,
said
190. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't actually remember. I still don't know.
I literally have no idea.
He asked me the question. I got people like who told me the answer afterwards, and I still don't know. It's like 190 or something. I said like 300. I was definitely wrong. Hello, Rui.
There are a lot of tiny countries I've never heard of.
Yeah, there are. I think it's 196. That's what I do remember that. But then
because a lot of like islands are counted as countries too,
yeah.
I think. Yeah.
But then afterward, I got it wrong, but I was like, oh, I'm a huge fan. And just like someone in my chat was like, oh, give him a game, Ludwig. And we ended up playing like a 10-game match over 2 days.
E3.
I mean, this is just kind of... I don't know. This is what I would play. I don't know if it's the best move, obviously. Let's see.
193 recognized by the UN. So there's 2 countries that aren't recognized by the UN that are countries.
Yeah, there's definitely... like, there's a lot of those. Well, like, Burma and Myanmar, like, I don't exactly know what's going on there right now, but there is definitely, I think they didn't recognize them under Myanmar, but they did it under Burma or whatever. Something like that.
That would make sense.
Not good, Amadan. We're not very hopeful, if we're honest.
I think yeah. Now we have 4 minutes.
And we have 4 minutes to
4 minutes
40.
to defend this very, very tough position. Tough.
Yeah.
Well, if we want to go back, go ahead.
It's like Tommy Shelby said. It's like watching your dad get beat up right now. It hurts to watch. But where do you want to go?
So if you go to move 16, I guess, after F5.
Yeah, it's this entire plan.
Seemed like taking on C3, giving up the dark squares was...
Yeah, this entire plan was flawed, because it's now... I mean, 4 move, pretty much... This is the position we have reached. So just 5 moves later, we go from an equal position to... Okay, we're significantly worse and hoping for a draw. In, like, every line.
I just don't know why we needed to take on C3.
You wanted to win a pawn, I guess, but it was a pawn that you can't
give it right
grab.
back. You have to give it back, yeah?
Well,
because
he probably didn't see queen d. He probably assumed that this position would get reached, and then here he saw something. You know what I mean?
So he thought white would trade on on e4, but instead he went queen d2 and got a winning position.
I think he missed queen d2, and he probably evaluated the position, the end game, as being slightly better for him that he can grind out.
Which is correct.
Which is what he wants to go.
Can you go to the live position?
Oh, we got some moves. No, this is old. This is the live position. Yeah, this definitely isn't the end of the world, but in classical with 4 minutes versus 30. And his opponents play pretty well.
I mean, we're basically playing down a piece here. Because after he moves the rook, white's dark square bishop is just a monster.
Yeah, our bishop has no scope on this side of the board.
Our bishop's basically like just hitting g2, and there's nothing happening over there, which I mean is not important,
Yeah, so the issue with d5 AB
Hangs.
is
He's
one ace e6. But when you play a b4, you don't really play d5.
well that. I
I
mean, in
just
this
mean
position, it's a
in
little-
this, yeah, everything's, well, in this position everything's really brutal, to be honest.
What's the plan? We hold on. We just try
We
and
clench.
We clench the cheeks here
We
real
clench
hard.
and we
Like
raise. And
that's all you can do.
and we look really confident, and he offers us a draw. And we
Start
make
nodding while you're looking at the
yeah,
position. Like,
yeah,
yeah, this is exactly what I calculated.
exactly.
Black wants h4 and rook swing. The Amadon's coming up with plans, which is good. Amadon has ideas. So I wonder if he's calculating bishop g7. I mean, that doesn't do anything though.
Well, Bong, it's also the fact that this position is brutal. Like everything is. I mean, if you play d5, your bishop is just never going anywhere. That's really what I meant. Plus, it just hangs this.
We're up a pawn, but whoa.
No, I'm trying to see why we don't play d5 because of this. And then just. We are up a pawn, but the calculation is not on our side. I'll go back to live position.
Queen b5. The problem is that he's gonna get the pawn back. He can probably do it straight away with rook d3. So also rook e3 is fine. Rook g3 is probably fine. Pretty much all the moves for the rook are pretty strong.
Yeah.
So you can't go wrong here as white. G7 is going to be impossible to protect after rook g3, for example.
Yeah, it's like you're winning this pawn by force.
You can't go g6 because obviously, but rook's hanging. Oh no, the rook's hanging. Yeah.
I'm seeing ghosts. Plus, I've taken off my glasses, so I can't even see the board. At least I have an excuse.
Whenever I calculate 3 moves ahead, I always miss something. Pretty much always. There's always something like very obvious. More Amadon's worried about rook g3.
I am also worried. The one nice thing about rook d3 is that if he ever takes on d7, we have bishop d5 cutting off the things.
And yeah.
But still, you can probably just play rook takes bishop.
Rook ace or rook a7.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, it's better than the position was before, that's for damn sure. We're not getting checkmated in that position. Yeah, white can still lose this position as well. We just gotta clench, hold. When we play, well, it's not our move. So
At least, so Amon will start speeding up here.
no, I don't think this is playable here either.
You mean no, never, no. Cannot do that.
That's what someone is asking in chat, so I'm telling him no.
Oh, gotcha.
Believe me, I would
Open
never
e-file is
take
dead.
on. Oh, he wants to take like this.
Oh, okay. Bunglet says, please go to live position. We will in a second.
Yeah.
97. Oh, no, what? I didn't say that.
I don't know.
Your rook.
I mean, both of these look awful.
Bishop g7. Oh, no, it's there. g17, d17.
You can just hear. This looks so bad.
And g5 is coming.
Yeah, queen g5 is also just killer. It's like completely. No, they are.
What is FT Canada Chess Warriors? What is that?
They're just like tournament, like tournament players. They just go
Like
around.
Smurfs? Oh, like they just like play full time.
Like I'm sure you've heard about the World Open thing.
Oh, the World Open Warriors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be right back.
No problem. Yeah, feel free to take a break. We've been going for 3 hours.
All right.
I'm gonna give myself a little stretch. How's chat? We've been going for 3 hours. Pawn's positions down but not out. You know, so the opponent has to make a lot of sharp moves to continue, and we know how Amon is on low time. You guys also have to keep in mind that Amon hasn't played a classical game in years, honestly. Just like it was so long ago that I wasn't watching. Which did your factor thing go through? We are at 60. It did go through. Let's go, Rui. Thank you, Clark. Hello, I am Erod. How you doing, Adam Hart? A lot of familiar faces. We are now at 60. Onwards to the next 70. I wish, I'll ask Eric if we can set the goal to 69, though. That's a better number than, agree. 69 is the next step before 70. So we do not have a camera from the playing hall today, just because his opponent asked not to, and we're respectful people, so we respect his wishes. That's also a very good point, Logan. A lot of kids in the pandemic, like my OTB rating was 400 for a long time, but I played one tournament, I'm already up to 800.
So
That is
if
true,
you were at a
though.
tournament and you had to play like someone who is streaming, would you want them to have a camera on you or no? How
So
would you feel
I
about
think
that?
it's a bit different because we both have streamed before, so we've wanted to do it. You know what I mean? I think if this kid is one, he's a kid.
I'm talking about you personally. Like,
Personally,
would
okay,
you?
it'll just do me. We'll just do me. I think I would be. It definitely wouldn't help my chess game. Which if I'm playing a GM and I want to win, I'm there to play chess. You know that would be the first thing on my mind for sure. So I think it does depend. Like if I'm playing, like let's say I went to the same tournament I went to with a co-pilot who's in chat in LA. I kind of knew it was going to be a walk in the park for me. Yeah, why not? I'll film it, you know, I'll have fun. I'll get to show my parents. Like, it's nice filming things, you know? 'Cause then it's just there forever. But I think if this was like a serious open, I was playing a GM, I'm going to be hunched over like this for most of the position, just like calculating. Like, I might ask, like, hey, you know, I'm going to be a little nervous already playing you. Maybe no camera. Because he knows that his game's being watched as well.
Right. Yeah, I just know that like at the National Open, for example, some of the people like there's definitely some discussion amongst the players about that.
No, it's
'Cause, like
definitely.
you had like Andrea was streaming with like 20,000 viewers
No, I
with like
know.
Rosman commentating. I imagine it'd be pretty nerve-wracking as a player to play in front of that, and that I think that does give quite a bit of advantage to the streamer.
It definitely does.
Although they
Like,
do have more pressure on them, I think the pressure for the other person is like even more because you don't want to be the person who's like 150 points high rated and lost on streams. Like, oh, like so
yes.
amazing that the streamer beat this guy, but like,
If you beat the
man,
streamer,
first of all, it's really tough to lose a game of chess over the board, and second of all, doing it like basically just getting shit on by like 20,000 people in the process. That would be a bit painful,
yeah.
but you know, it's it is what it
So, one
is.
of the things
It's good
that
for exposure, I guess.
definitely, when you're playing, even just like playing Amon or Eric on stream, I know a lot of people just get nervous just playing on stream.
I play horrible. So like all the sub battles I've played, I've never won a sub battle game.
Yeah.
Um, I
I've hung
play
my.
very poorly
I was
when in
completely
prep.
winning like up before rook and I hung a full queen.
That's right, Emmanuel. So you have like people who are like maybe like just straight up beginners, and they're following like
Or
say
with
like
an
your
engine.
2100, and they're like, oh, this guy's so like Omega little 2100, how like
I
so
can't
bad,
believe he didn't see this
so
obvious
brutal.
engine move. Like, God, I saw that
Yeah.
instantly
Oh, it's
while watching the
brutal.
top line. I remember I was playing a game against Amon, and so it's an Alpin. You know, I know the theory. I played Bishop B4. I'll move whenever he puts his knight there. You know, a couple moves in, and then I'm just looking at the position, and just I randomly play knight B4. It's like I haven't seen it before, but I'm gonna do it against Amon for the first time. You know, experiment. Just cause like I just forgot what I was supposed to play, just cause of nerves, and you play the wrong move and you're just lost. So it definitely is, you know, if this kid wanted to make sure he wasn't nervous, give himself the best chance to win, that's what I would do if I wanted to give myself the best chance to win.
Yeah, understandable. I mean, you're playing a GM, so
Yeah.
even that's a lot of pressure. So the difference is, as Gamala is, well, FIDE is the international rating system, and they're like the governing body of like most, like all chess. And
Yeah.
then Canada has its own, CFC is the Canadian Chess Federation. They have their own rating system.
But this also means that someone in Canada, for example, I don't know how common it is here, but in the US, there's not that many FIDE rated tournaments.
It's true.
So
That's
you
true.
can be like a 2200 UFCF player and just not have a FIDE rating. I know that's the thing. Just because there are not a lot of FIDE rated tournaments around people. So
Mhm.
the national ranking is a bit better. It's more updated for the most part.
It's a bit more accurate. And you'll often see people with high USCF ratings going like to Europe and just gaining hundreds of points, like
Yeah.
in a couple tournaments.
Yeah. Because there just isn't FIDE rated tournaments in America. Or there's not many.
And there's more strong players in Europe too. I will say, like, you want to get better at chess, play Europe, play in Europe. Um, yeah. Performance rating, yeah, probably chess-results.com has performance rating and like gain of rating FIDE. Whereas Amon's camera, type in cam exclamation point. Yeah.
Thank you, buddy.
You should just have that on repeat every minute, just so people see it.
Yeah.
Repeating.
We will still have him be joining us for the post game now. So, what do you in the post game? There's gonna be a couple moves really want to highlight on because he had his first think.
I understand like if this doesn't end up saving, if Amon doesn't want to.
I do too. If he doesn't want to
I
come in.
wouldn't. I wouldn't come. I wouldn't. So Amon, how'd you fuck up so badly this game? Like no.
Well, you have to know how to talk to someone who just lost it. Well, like
Yeah.
on H5, I would say you spent 26 minutes. You're taking the game out of theory. Do you are you hoping that he castles short, or what's the plan with H5 if he castles long? Because I play the Sicilian. I play H5 all the time in Blitz because I was go for the checkmate with knight G4, and then they castle long, and I'm just like, well, H5 now sucks. Like it seems
I
like
don't think H5 was a. I think H5 were just chilling. Yeah.
well, it's
We
after.
don't have to keep. We don't have to keep asking why he doesn't want the cam on. I mean that's his own thing. We don't have to. We got this stream, and the cam will be back tomorrow.
Yep.
So yes, his opponent is younger.
Yeah. The game is
I don't
not
see a
over.
problem.
I just
You
think
should have a mode cam. Yes, exactly.
after H5, it's if he castles long, it's like, okay, well now I have a pawn in H5. It's definitely I want to talk to him about it. You know what I mean? Because what was his plan if he castled long? Because there's a lot of times in positions like this after castles long, I don't know what to do with having H5 on the board. So it's a good learning just to like see what he wanted to do with it. You know what I mean?
I mean, something to point out too is that Amon plays really well against high-rated players and not as well against lower-rated players. So if he was playing like GMs and stuff, I think his results. Like I think he does better as an underdog a little bit.
Yeah.
Just thinking back to his games versus like Shirov, for example, he played a Taimanov against Shirov and won. In his game against Erwin Lamy, it was 26-50, 26-30. F6 is played.
F6 right away
Oh,
hangs a
that
rook.
gives us
Some hope. So we're hitting a rook, so
let's
we kind
go,
of has to
boys.
take back.
Take it on
We
F3.
have
Let's
hope.
go. Take on F3. Come on. You can do it. I'm just going to say, looking at the engine, it went from +4 to zeros, so we can celebrate.
We can now turn the eval bar back on.
Eval bar. Back to equal, boys.
Back to equal.
No, Amadan. Take on F3. Got it.
No, just take.
Let's go.
Just say thank you for the exchange.
Imagine if we win this game after I just said that we don't have to do an interview if Amon loses. That's not going to be a problem because he's gonna win this game.
He's gonna win, and then we're going to the Blitz event with Kevin.
Yeah,
hopefully.
It was +5. That's
+5. There's a reason we had the eval bar off.
Just take on F3. Why not just take on F3?
G6
is mate. If we go G6, Queen E3 is mate, isn't it? G6, Queen D6, like we're dead.
Yeah. No, but I mean this is very alpha.
Just take on F3
to allow this. Yeah, this is just mate in 5. No, it's mate in 5.
Good. Okay, wait. Okay, let's slow down and look at this position. So let's go back. So take on F3. What happens? Queen D6. Okay.
Well, then we have
Queen C5. Queen C5. I think. Yeah, GF bishop takes. Do we have Rook C2? We have Rook C2. Oh my goodness. King takes. You take on D1 with check, and then Queen D5 trades queens.
It's a Rook C2. King takes.
C2. Rook D. Take on D1.
Take on
D1.
Check.
King D1. There's Queen. Wait. Sorry, that's stupid. That loses. But Queen C1. He takes it. Queen F1. Queen F1, and you take on F6. Nice.
Nice.
There we go. There's no. I thought we had Queen to D5 trading queens, but I forgot our Rook is hanging.
No, it's really funny. Here, apparently you have to play King F2, King B2. You just don't even take the bishop. That's very funny. So if you take the bishop, you lose.
Oh yes. Okay, wait.
So this is obviously the line that he wants, or else why would you?
So he has to see Rook take C2, or he has to say Rook C2 to hold this though. That's ridiculous.
He also has 2 seconds. Well, you saw it pretty quickly.
Yes. Oh, okay. He took on F6.
First.
He didn't play bishop takes F3. So now what? We just get mated?
Seems that way. We got too excited.
And there is a chance he plays Rook F6 here.
No.
No. So F6, yeah, bishop F3. G.
I mean, I don't even know what you do here.
Probably thought after bishop F3, Queen D6, he's getting mated. F6, bishop 6. Rook C2 is so hard to see, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, bishop F6. What do we even do here? Oh, whoa. Oh. Hey, bishop takes F6. Do we have bishop? Yeah, bishop E4. No, bishop E4? Bishop's. He takes C2. I mean, this has potential, I guess.
This is holdable. Against a lower rated player, you can easily fall into a perpetual somewhere. Yeah, this is really brutal.
Questionable.
It's
I
more
would
holdable
just
than
say
this position.
Yeah.
That's
it's
the
very
most
hard.
holdable position we're gonna get out of this. Is this.
Well, he has to play bishop e4. Also, he can just go back with bishop c3. He doesn't have to take on h8.
That's true. He's 20 minutes.
So if we go back, so let's say we go takes bishop e4, bishop. Oh wait, bishop c3. Then we just take on f3 though. Although this doesn't look great either, but well.
We're an exchange up and a pawn up.
I know. I'm just looking at the dark scores, but I guess we can consolidate somehow as black. What's he thinking about here?
I don't know.
So hopefully, if he goes bishop 6, Amon just whips out bishop e4.
Hopefully. Or even.
What else do we have?
I don't know.
No. Queen. Wait. Queen d6 takes c2, king b1, and then we have a nice discovery. Okay. Queen d6 doesn't work here for white because we have rook c2. I mean d6. Yeah, this works too. Same idea. Takes bishop e4. Queen d6. We have
Bishop c3. You take here.
That's right.
So why not just c3?
Queen b3 doesn't do anything. Wait, go queen b3. What happens to queen b3? Not have mate. Take. In that line where we played c3.
Yeah, how do I go queen b3 here?
It's at c3.
Oh, c3.
No, just
after
the pawn.
here.
When queen takes b3. Queen takes d7, yeah. Oh, damn. It's dead.
Oops. For style points.
Yeah. Doesn't work. d7's hanging. So I guess c3 would be an interesting try.
And I'm hitting this, buddy. It is not okay. And this loses. We're hoping for.
I don't know. Maybe this guy will get psyched out. He's playing a grandmaster.
That's true.
Maybe
He's
he's
using
thinking
a lot
about
of
rook
time.
takes f6. Ah, shoot. He took on f6. Bishop e4 is the literally only move not to die on the spot, I think. No, he took. Sadly.
Well, luckily Amon will blitz out his move within 2 minutes.
Bishop e4, yeah. It's the only like tricky move, I guess. Bishop f3, king d6, right? There's no way to stop me.
I really don't see a way to stop mate. I feel like you have to go. No, this isn't bad. It's bad for us. It's good for him.
Bishop e4, Prage.
Yeah, then just. I mean, yeah, you can castle here if you really want. And then just
If
get
he doesn't see
checkmated.
bishop e4, he might resign.
You might just resign here anyway. Even that.
Wait, queen d6, rook c2. Wait a sec.
Yeah, so he has to take back. So maybe there's still some hope.
So we're up in exchange, but we're not.
Please try
We're
to
gonna be
checkmate
down a
us.
piece, right? I mean, if you play, oh, please play queen d6 and hang rook c2 check.
Please, pretty please.
Bishop f3 was played here. Queen d6. I have mate in 1. No, you don't. Rook c2. Boom.
Queen d6. Actually, rook takes b2. Thank you very much.
Yeah. White can't go queen d6. That's right.
Yep.
Right. Well, white takes back, and they're still threatening mate and the rook. So
After this.
yeah,
rook
that's
is
a big
in.
problem. It's a very easy move to see. You have to go d5 and you're down a piece.
Yeah, you literally
It's
just have to
queen
accept that
d6.
you're down a piece.
Yeah. There's no other way.
He doesn't take back though. Very happy days. So I think next move we might know if Amon's gonna resign or not. Like if he takes the bishop, do you think Amon
If he takes
resigns?
back on f3, you pretty much have to resign. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do.
Yeah, because the worst thing is even if he takes like this will never work because you're just gonna get checkmated. Like there's no even like attempt to use the pin. Because one you can just take the rook even if.
And you throw in rook c. No way he resigns, Danger Dolan. Oh yeah, that's right. Queen d6, rook c2. Oh, in your position. So you took on f3.
Yeah.
Take f3. Take back. And Ramadan says rook g2 or rook g8. Sorry. Rook g8, queen d6, rook c2. Rook c2. Here it doesn't work because rook g2. There's rook d2.
There's king c1.
King c. No more checks.
Yeah.
So it all comes down to this kind of.
Indeed.
Well, it's not our move. It's not our move. It's White's move. JHCI. You see. Will there be an interview if he loses? That's not up to me, really.
Yeah, it's up to
If he
up
wants
to
to,
Amon
then
if he wants to join. I'll text Eric right
I think
after.
he's a very good sport though. I think
Yeah.
yeah,
I think he knew he was gonna take some hits.
he took back.
He took
Yeah.
back.
Yep. Tough.
I do agree with ESAP. S Muchakos is hot.
Thanks for the comment.
You know,
D5 only D5. Oh, rook G8. Yeah, Almadon came.
So now
Now
queen
queen
d6
d6
and rook takes
and
c2.
edge.
Big fuck in Sag.
Oh, I see. Queen d6. Does he think he has this?
You're gonna have to tell me you can't just say
Oh,
this.
you can't see my board. Sorry. Rook c2, king c2, queen f5. Then queen. Ooh. Oh no. Go back.
I meant
There's
there.
a there and then rook g1. Yeah. So this doesn't even work. We get mated. Edge.
That's a tricky line though.
Sadly, doesn't work. Yep.
Sag.
Wouldn't it be like the ultimate like debate if the DGT board had colors reversed and Amon was white?
It would, but there's also pairings. This kid is good.
We're getting mated here. There's nothing to do. D7, king f8, queen c8, king g7, rook g1.
And it's mate in one if you go here, just showing people that.
Yeah, there's queen d8. Maybe.
You literally have to block with the queen not to lose your other. Like this position's better than losing both, because if you go.
Nah, you resign that. I mean,
Yeah, you just resign here. Just
the
resign.
guy's 2200. He's not gonna lose that. Oh, tough, man.
Yeah. It's too bad it's not on one of the double days too, so he doesn't have a game to really play out his tilt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you
Okay.
put the queens in the middle. He resigned.
Yeah. No, he didn't. Because you put it on d5.
I'm assuming it's a board error, buddy.
Oh. Yeah, if you were to, the game's over. Unfortunately. Shoots.
I can go through it one more time briefly for anyone who missed it. Yep, an IRL mouse slip. That's why he lost.
He did play queen f5 check. But we're gonna get that same line with queen d7. Or maybe he'll try and play some like rook g2 stuff. Oh, king c1 though. There's no more checks in the live position. King c1, and that's it. No checks. This guy played well, man.
Played
Props to
very
him.
well.
Yep, we're gonna get the queens off. Or we're losing our queen here.
Yeah.
Queen d7 played. King f8, queen c8. Queen d8. That would be funny, because that's a losing pawn endgame.
Hopefully.
Queen c8 played. Yeah, it's time to resign.
Yeah.
King g7 or g1.
I'll just let myself get mated.
Played it. Oh, wouldn't it be funny if rook g1, king h6, he takes and like blunders some wait a sec. King h6. Is there a
Yeah.
perpetual with queen a1?
Queen takes g8, there is a perpetual.
He's going for okay. But queen queen h1?
Rook takes.
There's some crazy not king h7.
Yeah, no,
King
I mouse
h6.
slipped. I mouse slipped.
Oh, okay.
So if rook takes, the queen protects c3, so there's no perpetual.
Queen a1?
Definitely worth a try.
Oh, king d2. If
Yeah,
queen b2, you have queen c2. e4, and you're gonna run into a check at some point.
Yeah. Still some hope. Some hope.
There's no hope here.
There's no hope.
You have to go king h6. Lose the rook.
And when you play king h6, his opponent's gonna be like, okay, why is he letting me do that?
He went king h6, so he's trying here.
Please take with the queen.
I mean, both of them were.
No, but taking with the rook is so much more forcing because you're going then to h8.
Yeah, but if there's no. Wait, queen takes g8? Is there
That's a perpetual, yep. If he takes with the queen, it's a draw.
Oh, no way. Yeah, but taking with. Yeah, well, that's a very. Imagine, dude. Back. Go back.
Very funny perpetual, you just can't escape.
Glad we analyzed that to the end.
Yeah, me too.
There we go.
Please take with the queen. Fuck.
Stick with the rook. Now, queen a1, we expect what? King d2, queen d4. It's sort of hard to run into perpetual here as white, even. There's no way to win the rook back.
Yeah, even if you're trying to like somehow run into a perpetual, like it's really hard. And just like that,
Yeah.
I mean.
b2. That's running into mate the next move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not letting me go to the next move. I was assuming this
I
one.
mean, I'll throw in some more checks, but yeah, there's no
Yeah.
stalemate either. Another thing to think about, but we have 4 pawns left, so.
You have too many pawns. You gotta pull the Val strategy when you're losing and just throw all your pieces.
We're down a rook. We have a pawn. We're up a pawn.
You're down a full rook.
No, in the endgame. Very potential. Queen f4 might be tricky. Here.
No, he does not.
But
He had one attempt. If the queen took, he had a perpetual. He has a lot of checks.
There was some potential for it, but it didn't end up happening.
I'm gonna refresh the game. I do believe that is over. You can just let his clock run out. Does this guy have his own website? Serious tournament player. Okay, I'll pull it up here. He's a national master.
Queen A1 was played, by the way.
Oh, so we did get a move.
Oh, King C2? Why not King D2, I wonder? I mean, this would be pretty funny if... Yeah, he can just do anything. There's really no possible stalemates here.
There is literally nothing.
Yeah, he can go there. We can go Queen A1, pretty much.
Sorry, I'm reading about this guy. No, but this dude's very sweaty. Like first place, like playing since like kindergarten. Sweaty.
Yeah, he's gonna be fighting for. He's gonna be fighting for first place next round. Definitely a guy to keep an eye out for. Future GM.
He's definitely going for it. He's playing a lot of tournaments.
King B4, Queen D4, and Queen C4 is running out of checks here.
We are quickly running out of checks as well.
It sucks because there's no potential, like, you can't pick up the rook with check ever because it's on G8, even if his queen moves, which is the...
It's brutal. Everything is, like, just lost. Sorry, I was interested in this guy. He's played, like, 70 tournaments or something. Not 70, that's an exaggeration, but it was, like, seriously, like, 50.
Old? 17, 18. Being good and trying equals sweaty, the more you know.
Indeed.
That's a good move.
It's good. Nothing works.
Queen D4, Queen C4, yeah. And then Queen B6, King A3. Queen A4, King B2. Queen D2, Queen C2. No, or Queen C4, King B1. Oh, then there's Queen G. No, there's okay. No, King B1. Yeah.
And now no more checks.
Yep. Just gonna run out at some point. Oh, okay. It went the wrong way, but he can run to the queen and use it as shelter too, like King C5, King D6.
Or just Queen C3. They're still threatening the mate.
Yeah.
And then here you just don't lose your queen.
It'd be funny if you went King B5. But...
You just like automatically just like played that for some reason. Like, oh, thank you very much.
Touch move error, like just accidentally touch.
Yeah, it touches the pawn. Like, how mad would you be after this entire game if you like mess up? Because yeah, I would quit.
I'd quit chess. Didn't do it anymore.
Honestly, yeah.
But like really well played by his opponent. His opponent was never worse this whole game. Like he just got a
very
small opening edge and like pressured the position, and
then you saw the Queen D2 idea to just like really attack.
I still think Knight G4 instead of Bishop C3 though. Earlier, instead that Bishop C3 and then Knight takes E4, we just got in so much trouble.
Well, unlike Levy, Amon is already retired. This is him coming out of retirement. He's saying this himself. He's really rusty. So, I don't think he minds as much as someone who's a competitive tournament player is trying to go and then who just, like, continues losing. Because he does have he doesn't play.
If you think about it, Amon has already beat chess. Like, he became a GM. Yeah. I feel like that's beating chess, basically. He's just playing for fun now.
Exactly. And it's like, oh well, I lost a game. I'll move on. I'm already a GM.
Queen F1 on the move?
You played King C4.
Or Queen E2, I guess? We're running... No, yeah. Eesh.
keep running this way.
I mean, if Levy makes GM, I'd be very happy for him. He still has to beat chess. He still has to.
Yeah, of course I want Levy to be a GM. It's not like I root against anyone not to succeed. But he has a lot of studying to do. Just as simple as that. It's like I don't think I could be GM right now. I'll put in the work.
You don't think he could be a GM?
Not right now. Maybe NM in 10 years. You know, I gave myself a long distance to slowly build that UFC up. Because I was 400. So, like, I didn't really want to play OTB chess. Thank you, Corey.
Like you and Valentinian are the future GMs.
Exactly. Future GMs in chat.
Awesome. Yeah, no more checks now. Well, there's Queen F2. Go Queen G1 and hope he doesn't take with the rook. That's a dirty bullet trick. Fork. It's a fork.
You know how many times I've blundered that? Like being the first person who's like, oh, that was a free queen. No, I fucking hung my queen. It is so annoying. That's a great bullet trick.
He's winning. White's winning here. He's up a rook.
Yeah, the 4 rook. We don't need the eval bar to tell us that, or the computer.
Yup.
I think my UFCF right now is like 858 or 885. I don't exactly remember. But
It's over.
yeah, it's over. My after one tournament, it's not that bad to gain 400.
He didn't even throw in Queen G1 check.
I know.
Man.
The fork.
Right. I was just kidding. That's dumb. That'd be very disrespectful.
It is people sad.
Okay, so Mon is at 3 out of 5 now.
Yep. Let's do some recaps, and I'm sure he'll let me know if he wants to join or not.
GG, guys.
Check. I think there are 9 rounds total, so I have 4 more days of commentating, or maybe 3. Don't exactly know. I think it might be 8. So like, yeah, this entire game is just like Sicilian
happy here.
game plan. I know here's
was the like we were looking at knight g4 here, and if e5 queen c5 was the move in the rook and hitting e5, so this looked pretty good. Yeah.
My arrows are awful. I'm not used to this mouse, so it's like I mess up a lot.
Gotcha. Yeah, well played by his opponent there.
We will know shortly if Amon is joining us. Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, Matt. Thank you for tuning in. And
yeah, Seth. It was a big pleasure. If Amon does join, I'm gonna need to send you the Zoom link. So we should do that now.
I had fun. I think we're gonna turn it around tomorrow with 2 wins. I called a win today and didn't work out, but
okay, so I don't know if Amon's going to join, but if he does, I sent you the link.
when's the Blitz tourney? Is it tonight?
It is tonight. It's tonight at 6. Or is it 5? I know, I thought it was at 6. I hope it's at 6 so I can take a nap. Yep. He is a professional. Oh, I'm feeling tired, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I've gone like going to bed at 2, waking up at 8 for like 3 nights.
Yeesh.
Oh yeah. I don't think so, Rui, because I'm going to be playing and Check's also going to be playing. Moj might be recording it though.
There's a Blitz tournament tonight, Ralph.
Yep. I don't think he's streaming the Blitz tournament. I might stream some of it. Like if I start sucking, I might just stream his games for you guys, but I'd have to talk to Eric about how I would do that for the channel, and then
I don't know, he might want to just rest up for his next
that's also true.
Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yep, there is nothing wrong. No, I am in Hanson's ceiling. I mean his attic.
Prep, you know?
Yeah, definitely get some prep in. Okay, we're getting some action from the boys. Okay. We do not have any info about the potential cheater.
What's happening in the rest of the tournament?
Just gonna be
Nicaragua
playing.
drew with Ortiz,
Oh man.
Nicolor Noritson, and Sean Rodrigue Lemieux is pretty equal.
No
Other
problem.
games it's hard to tell.
It looks like we got a relatively quick draw in the GM game.
Yeah, between Paragua and Ortiz, Suarez.
I'm just checking if Amon is joining. I assume so.
As Amon's opponent wasn't cheating, but
Not Amon's opponent.
I don't know if that's
Other
being
players might have.
Oh. Yeah, I think he just played pretty well. Like a young 2100 is very capable of taking down a GM.
Especially one that's like playing and actively playing versus
yeah, a like
Amon, who isn't.
semi-retired GM versus a very sharp like up and comer. It definitely happens once in a while. I mean, like at the National Open at 2550 GM lost to an 1800. So crazier things have happened.
Which I can't remove.
Just a tough turn of events. Yeah.
Bug. 1 second. Sorry, I'm doing stuff behind the scenes trying to.
That's right, DKTQ. Zimbuev through of 1780. Nice. Wild dude. Yeah, it's tough when you're high rated playing down every round, man. There's like no way to gain rating doing that.
Yeah, it is. Literally, there's none. Because the prizes for this tournament are good, but there's not. There's like a couple title players, but it's a big like 2K pool.
Yep. You always got those like, like 15, 16-year-old, like 21, 2200 guys who take down the big guys often.
Yep.
Is Amon doing the Zoom? We're trying to find that out. I'm not. 8,000 for top prize.
That is pretty
That's
good,
like,
honestly.
That's okay. I think
that's by Canadian standards, 8K is very good.
Yeah. Does winning this tournament get you a qualification for anything like Olympiad? Like I guess the Olympiad team is already decided.
It's already decided, yeah. Amon had a chance to go to the Olympiad, he chose not to. Like a lot of players above him, which is why he had the choice to go.
Yeah, I saw that like there's quite a few IMs on the Canada team. Yeah, I don't think it's too common.
Well, Dex, you don't think what I said is true? That he had the choice to go? Because it was said on stream that the 6 players above him who also had the choice to go said no. Yes, that's literally what I'm saying. Wild Hack said he was 6th in line. He was 7th, and then 6 people said no. But what were you saying?
Oh, Russia's not playing in the Olympiad.
Yep, and it's okay, so we're gonna wrap up.
Ready?
The since we didn't have Zoom on the entire time, it's not as easy as for him to join, which makes sense. Like he doesn't have the phone with him.
Gotcha.
So who do you want to raid? Me and you, we got full reign. We could raid in a sleep Val who is still streaming.
You
That's really funny.
Bortnik or
Bortnik's live?
Salty.
I'll pull it up on my phone because I follow a bit more than the. Could raid Bortnik. Bortnik raided us the other day, so we should send it back to Bortnik. Or do you want to raid Salty because he just commentated? I think Salty because he commentated with us.
Yeah, let's get
Yeah.
Friend of the channel.
Friend of the channel, helped us commentate. thank you so much for
Alright,
joining
guys.
me, Aspen Chacos. I had a blast,
Yeah.
honestly. It was very
And
fun
I
to
will be
commentate
joining
with you.
from the chat in the future. So bye,
Please
guys.
do.
Thanks for joining. See you
How's that
tomorrow.
work? Okay, no problem, buddy. Thank you all for joining us. It was a tough one for Milan, but he will bounce back. Maybe there might be a Blitzed tournament later. I'll keep you guys updated, and it might even be streamed from my phone. So,
You guys.
bye-bye. Nice, nice, nice.